about your mom, and that was my first time talking to you. And then he's like, okay, forget I said that. What's your name is? And then we started going from there. But I was mean. Not mean, but I was just like straight to the point, like what's going on.
You were mean.
And yeah.
All right, so that's the most commonly asked question. How did we meet? I slid in the DMs.
Yeah.
We linked up.
He wasn't my type at all. My type is actually Paul Walker, rest in peace. But he wasn't my type at all. And my type is not white. I'm just saying I was more interested in Paul and every Fast and Furious.
Don't touch me.
And even when I met him, I was like, he's kind of old. I just like his smile. It's pretty cool.
This went
his
really
personality.
bad.
His personality.
This just went really bad, really fast.
His personality was okay, but
I'm getting off live.
He didn't understand the Instagram model thing, so he would always talk down.
So you wanted the homie. Models. You didn't want me.
I never said I wanted the homie. I just said he's cute.
You said I'm old.
All this. All right. I wasn't here either, so relax. And yeah, so now we're here. It's like an actual somewhat of a love story, which is crazy because I didn't know that I No,
I'm done.
No,
don't touch me.
Don't put on this.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
No. Okay, your turn. Tell them about me. Tell them.
Well, I really don't have anything bad to say.
We are in a sunken place, and welcome to Little Black Book 91. We're giving you guys a quick show on a few different topics today. Listen, it's crazy. I was scouring the internet and a couple things came up to me. So I wanted to discuss various different situations. One was Tyrese. Another situation was Chris Brown causing someone to break up in their relationship. The other situation was Cardi B making Tasha K apologize. And there was a whole other bunch of stuff as well. Another man tweeted something on the internet and it got crazy response. So let's have a good show today. If you're new to the channel, like it, share, subscribe. Click on that bell button for notification of the uploads. All right. And don't forget as well, make sure you click on that bell button and click on all so you get all the notifications of when I go live, when I upload videos, etc., etc. So if you haven't been seeing my notifications, the reason being is because you haven't clicked the notification bell and you haven't clicked on the black part of it. Okay. Listen, Tyrese situation. I'm not going to go into it just yet, but that was awkward. Joke or no joke, that was hella awkward because one, Paul Walker's dead. And number two, that's his friend. I don't know how you can make about that joke and be comfortable. Okay. I don't know how you can be comfortable making them kind of jokes. They are. You understand what I'm saying? Them kind of jokes, they are kind of mad. Okay. So I think we need to have a real conversation about Tyrese, and we will, just not yet. Okay. The first thing I want to go into today, I want to talk about a particular subject because I feel like this subject was important to discuss. You know, men, I'm going to call it men doodling on men. Okay. Men doodling on men, because the reality is there is a lot of things that I was on the internet earlier on, and I was a men doodling. Look at that, men doodling on men. All right, and this particular tweet came up, so I'm gonna bring it up to you guys as well, so you guys can see what I'm looking at, and we can have a conversation as well, because I think this is really key. All right, cool. So let me bring this tweet up so you guys can actually see it. Have I done it the right way? Oh, okay, it's too small to put it on that way, so let me put it this way so you guys can see it. All right, I'm gonna make it bigger. Okay, so this tweet here. All right, we have this tweet here. Okay, fantastic. So what happened with this particular tweet? There was a situation that came up on Instagram, and I was talking about it on my post, and I said, I hope this brother marries this woman, otherwise he's wasting his time, and also as well, he could be humbled real quick. Now, I had some people in my DMs. I had many women actually in my DM, which was mad. I had quite a few come into my DMs disagreeing with my point of view. And I want to say, listen, hold up, before you get mad, before you start saying, well done, King, to him, I want you to hold on because I want to explain some things to you, okay? All right. Now let's read the tweet, and you'll see. I'm gonna go through things and what we saw. So he says, "I make over 3 times what my girl makes, and she pays 0 bills. In the 10 months we've dated, she paid off her student loans, beefed up her emergency funds, and improved her credit score. Love that for her." Let's just pause it there. This tweet on its own, well done, King. We appreciate you. I ain't even got no beef with it. The tweet on its own, well done, King. We appreciate it. But as I sat there and I started to think about it, I said to myself, we are a generation, okay? We are a generation that does things before its time. I'm not saying he shouldn't do these things. What I'm saying is, I don't want to see you come on my internet later on crying about how women take advantage of you if you've not married this woman. Let me say it again for you at the back, just in case you understand what we're going to miss it, okay? I don't want him to come onto my internet later on saying women ain't great if you haven't married her and you feel like you've been taken advantage of later on. Yeah? I don't want you coming on my internet later on telling me there ain't no good women around. I don't want you coming on my internet saying the reason why I haven't... Because if you're doing all of this for her, I'm assuming she's wifey material. Why aren't we marrying her? Now, maybe he says he doesn't believe in marriage. I didn't see those tweets, but we're gonna go through the tweets. Okay. So let's read it. Just look at the tweet again. Just look at the tweet again. Just so we get a clear here. I make over 3 times what my girl makes, and she pays 0 bills. In the 10 months we've dated, that's 10 months we've dated. Okay, 10 months. Okay, she paid off her student loans, beefed up her emergency funds, and improved her credit score. Love that for her. Okay, all right. Now, also as well, love that for her. Why we? I don't see when people like to do things. Yeah, I have to question the motivation. Okay, I have to question people's motivation. Right when they do certain things. But just reading the tweet again, the ending, love that for her. This is giving, I'm not saying, I don't even like the word pan. I think pan would be the wrong word. This is giving, how do I say this? I don't know how to put it in the right words. Maybe pander is the best word to say, but it's marketable. This particular response, right? It's marketable. So for me, it's like, okay, wait. Why would you end the whole situation with love that for her? Why is your focus at the end almost trying to sell it? It's like a woman saying this about women. You know what I mean? If a woman says this, if a woman sees another woman getting this treatment, she goes, I love that for her. Like some of you guys have put in the chat, you'd say, I love that for her, right? But when a man who's in a relationship with that woman tweets that and then says, I love that for her, I'm questioning your intention of why you tweet this thing. Right? That's what I'm questioning now. See, I couldn't get all my thoughts out. When I put it on my Instagram, I couldn't get all my thoughts out. My intuition was kicking in before I could see it. So I couldn't get all my thoughts out. I could see what I was seeing, but I couldn't articulate. And I said, let me give myself some time and I'll go onto my YouTube and then I'll explain exactly why I felt there was a problem here. Because I ended up getting into discussions about the paying for stuff instead of actually looking at the whole overall thing. Okay. All right. So I want to be able to break it down all the way. Okay. So I want to just look at it again. Just and we're gonna go through the rest of the tweets. There's more tweets, right? I know some of you might not see there's a problem here, but I'm showing you there's a problem here. It's got nothing to do with him paying the bills. It's got nothing to do with him paying her bills per se. That's one aspect, but not all the way through. Okay. But it's the way he ends the whole thing. Pay attention, because these type of men that like to brag like this, let me not say nothing too tough. Again, just read it again. I make 3 times what my girl makes, and she pays 0 bills. Not a problem. Fantastic. Okay. In the 10 months we've dated, she's paid off her student loans, beefed up her emergency funds, and improve their credit score. Love that for her. Why would you end your tweet with love that for her? Do you see what I'm saying? Right? There's a problem there. Now let's read. I'm going to go to the rest of the tweets because he tweets again. Okay, he tweets again. Okay, so he then starts putting on this whole thing. So he goes. He further replies after. What if she leaves you? Door is wide open. This queen, you're too good. This queen, you're too good. You're too good. This queen quit. You're too good. You're ahead of me. You are even ahead of me. You're even ahead of me. Okay. All right. Don't do that to you. You're ahead of me. All right. What if she leave you? Door is wide open. So he's talking as if he's answering questions before anybody answers, because this was a direct reply to his own tweet. No one had tweeted back to him just yet. So he replied, okay, I was raised to always leave places, jobs, and people in better shape than when I first met them. So if she did leave, I'll be perfectly fine. I add value to others because it is who I am, not because I want or expect something in return. Okay. Okay. Let's break this down. What if she leaves you? The door is wide open. I think that's fair, and I love that response. I think it's amazing. You know, someone might say, "What's she going to leave you?" The reality is the door is wide open. But here's the thing as well, right? Common sense it should be common, right? If this woman is that valuable, lock it down, right? Credit score, no credit score. You're already paying off all her debts, so forget the credit score. You don't need to be in good unison of credit score. Just marry her. You know what I mean? You'll work it out. But then again, I guess there are two different systems, American and US. I can understand a bit of a difference in systems. You might want to work on a credit score because it might affect you in the future. But the reality is, just work it out. You make 3 times more than her. You must get your house ready then, bro. Whilst you're there, you must get your house ready. She's not paying a bill anyway. So once you get your house ready, she's moving in. What happens? You know what I mean? If she moves into your house, if you've already got a house and she moves in, the credit score is not even needed. Right? The credit score is not even needed. So just focus on. So there's something not quite right, and it's giving the humble brag, which is not humble, right? So okay, sorry, back to it. So what if she leaves you? Door is wide open. I was raised to always leave places, jobs, and people in better shape than when I first met them. So if she did leave, I'll be perfectly fine, and that's fine. I don't want him to change who he is. I don't want him to change that. I want him to continue that. We expect that. People should be the way they are. Okay? People should be the way they are. Okay? I add values to others because it's who I am, not because I want or expect something in return. And I absolutely agree that. Okay? Absolutely agree that as well. So I don't have no beef with that. I'm not mad at it. You know what I mean? And you should continue being who you are. I encourage that part. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, and then he puts this tweet up here because I'm guessing men obviously responded. He puts this tweet here, says highly unlikely she's going anywhere though. I think she likes it here. Okay, there's something a little bit braggadocious about all of this, and it's just not giving humility that he keeps saying do you know what I mean? It's not giving the humility that I think it should have. And I guess everybody's level of humility might be slightly different. I'm just saying personally, when people start bragging like this, I start looking at them some way, asking some real questions. Right? Asking some real questions. Okay? You out and some people are saying, obviously, you got to get your things together. Why are you bragging before it's time then? If you know you haven't got if he's got 3 times her income, I just want to this follow this trend. If he has 3 times her income, he's paying off her debts, doing this, doing that, and he's helping her credit score up. Make sure she's got an emergency fund, etc., etc. Why isn't he, okay, waiting till the deed is done at the finishing line before opening his mouth to speak? Right? Why is he not showing him and waiting till he crosses that line? You've married her, you've got the house, you've got this, you've done your thing, it's sorted. At this moment, it's premature. It's 10 months in, sir. Some of you talk too quickly. Keep quiet, do your job, and get on. Right? It's given a particular brag that doesn't need to happen. Right? It's given a particular brag that don't need to happen. It's given this the kind of guy that's gonna embarrass you at the end. I'm not saying he does. I'm not saying he is. Just keep quiet and go on. Keep quiet and go on. When you've accomplished what needs to be, because I'm asking the right question. The brag is not about marriage. The brag is not about you marrying your girl. The brag is about you paying off her debts. The brag is about what you did, about what you're doing. The brag is about him and what he does. And I'm like, like when you're not in a personal conversation, you're in the internet. Anyway, let's continue. Okay, he goes on to say, what does she do for you? I think he's responding again, and quote unquote, what does she bring to the table? He says, don't worry about it. Focus on being with someone with values and character. You will then attract the kind of partner who will uplift you spiritually, so can accomplish your goals and bring home the spoils. FIN. Okay, let's pause this, right? Okay, I love this. It's do you know what? This is giving Derek Jackson. Just because when we start pretending as if things don't need to, I maybe I'm a bit more of a realist in it. I can't tweet the perfect thing. Do you know what I mean? I can't tweet the perfect thing. But he's not talking about black women. That's what you're missing it. He's not talking about black women. You've missed it. You've assumed he's talking and bigging her up. He's not. He's talking about himself. He never spoke about her. Don't miss that part. See, you're reading into it. He did not talk about her. He spoke about what he was doing. He spoke about his character and what he had done. He never spoke about her. Do you see what I'm saying? Right? So the humble brag isn't about his girl. If it was about his girl, I would be like, bro, we love the fact you're bragging about your girl. Brag about your girl, bro. What she doing in your life, what she doing is amazing. All right, cool. She brings this, she does this. That didn't highlight anything about her. There was nothing about her. So where did you read where he's talking about bigging his girlfriend up? And this is what people didn't realize, right? That's what people didn't realize. They started jumping to, he pays bills, he does this, but all we're doing is talking about him, right? And that's why I said that what this queen won't quit was saying is there's an underlining marketing that's being shown. Like if I come out and tell you guys, I pay women's bills, I do this. You know what I mean? I do that, I do this. That's right, Haitian Empress. That's exactly what it is, right? If I come out and I'm telling you guys, yeah, you know, I pay people's bills, I do this, I do that. It's not humble. And really, what I'm actually doing is I know there is women out there who want that. Look how excited the crowd is about the fact a man is paying bills. But I'm saying to you, that's because he understands, right? It becomes a humble brag, right? But it's not humble. Right? So I'm just saying. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? I'm just giving a different perspective. I may be wrong. And I'm willing to say that I could be wrong in this. Okay? All right? I could be wrong in this. All right? Cool. All right. So continue. So he says, don't worry about it. Focus on being someone with values and character. I agree. I believe that as a man, I should focus on a woman's values and character. That's what I'm really looking for, because that's what's long term I can bet on and invest in. So I agree this point as well, right? That I can bet and I can invest on your value and your character, that being continuous and the same. Absolutely, yeah. You will then attract the kind of partner who will uplift you spiritually so you can accomplish your goals and bring home the spoils. So this is really powerful. I like this part. I do like this part. But then he gets into a conversation, right? He gets into a conversation with a brother, and the brother asks this particular question. Okay. Barry McCock. Okay, whatever. He says he goes, look, he gives him a props. He says, that's what's up, my nigga. For real, but they gonna drag me for this. But I have to ask, what's the point of y'all being together if she does nothing for you? People saying that's how you build, but what is she adding? I'm seriously curious. Now he asks about what is the person adding, right? And he responds to that, right? He says, Lo, why do you think if a woman doesn't pay bills, she's not bringing anything to the table? I'm seriously curious, which is a fair point, right? Because there's an assumption being made. Okay, there's an assumption being made about, if it's about what the person's adding to the table, what the person's bringing, right? But there is so much more. Right, so forget finances. What is she bringing? Right, what is she bringing? Because you telling us, let me just put this well. Because I would never tell a man, you got great content, you're a great person, you're great this, great that. You put yourself out there, and it just accepts anything that comes back your way. No. So what is she bringing back? That's what they're asking you. So just explain that. Just be like, hey, look, you know what? She don't do me financially. I don't need that from her. What I need from her is, you know what? I need X, Y, Z. She cooks for me, or she does not even cook for me. She supports me. She encourages me. Like, she gives me business ideas. Give us something that we can see that there's a comeback with. Right? Give us something that we can have a comeback with, you know? So it's just so to understand where it's going. Okay. Then the conversation shifts again. Says, Lo, this is one of those topics that are touchy. Men won't agree. Brackets, they have their reasons, and women will agree they have their reasons. I'll say this to say, okay, it's cool that you take care of shorty. However, if the roles were reversed, women would chastise you. All right. As they should. As a man, the roles should not be reversed. That's just me, though. And I think that's fair. I don't know if anyone else replied to that. I think some people did reply to it actually underneath it. And there was more because I mean, I understand all that as a man. I understand the roles should not be reversed, but how would you perceive a man who actually wakes up and does his best to take care of his family, despite not being financially? And this is where I started to disagree with him, because there's a conversation that happens there. Okay. Here is where I was like, I didn't agree with him, right? It says, I mean, I understand all that as a man. I understand the roles should not be reversed, but how would you perceive a man who actually wakes up and does his best to take care of his family, despite not being financially fortunate? Is he less than a man? I'm confused here. And he goes on, if he's not financially fortunate, he's truly doing his best to take care of is he truly doing his best to take care of the family? And at this point, that's where I jumped off the train too. At this point, I jumped off the train. Right? I jumped off the train. Because, again, not being able to pay all bills or be able to do exactly what he's been able to do for his particular partner is not an indication that man is not a great man. It's not a good man. You should say that, right? What you have is the ability to be able to do more because you have more resources. That does not mean, okay, that man is not a good man. The fact that he has to put the question there. Let's just go back, and I'll say what I was saying, because the question was, do you perceive that man to be is he less than a man? I'm confused here, right? He said, if he's not financially fortunate, is he truly doing his best to take care of his family? I think there's more of a conversation. I don't know if I can see this more of the conversation here. Someone said God's gonna humble him real quick. And then some people, the men didn't respond. Now I was rocking with you until you said this. That wasn't cool. You need to make sure to thank the Lord for the blessings, my man. You never know when you could be one unfortunate situation away from having it taken away. Life happens, man. This is a heavy one. You stated this like every single man on earth would have the ability to make the money you speak of. This is why there's so much pressure on men in general. Many ways to take care if providing guide your family that are not money related. I hate to be that person or whatever, but just pray for blessings. Be thankful you have money because everyone's not that fortunate. Good luck to you and your girl. While I'm happy for you and your girl, the reality is you jumped on the internet to brag. Humility goes a long way, and people are on the right in predicting that God is going to humble you if not careful. Poverty shame is new nowadays. As to your point, leadership in a home is reserved for husbands, not just men. And your rhetoric is why we have unfit men leading homes. They shouldn't be, because not everyone with a penis is ready or capable of that role. And there's no shame that if they know it. Okay. This was definitely not it. Laugh my ass off. L take, come on. Horrible take. This one's the same. Okay, cool. Right. So this was unprovoked violence that he brought onto the internet. We have no clue why he decided to come in. The men didn't tear him down. The men didn't tear him down. What they're saying is you got to be very careful. You got to be very careful. And I said this as well. Humility takes you a very long way because you haven't married this woman. I don't want you to come onto my internet telling me how bad women are later on. I don't want you to come onto my internet telling me that women, there ain't no good women out there. I don't want you to come onto the internet telling me this and that. If this woman's so great, marry this woman because you're doing a lot right now. Right? You're bragging on the internet. It's 10 months in. You haven't married her. I believe you're doing things that are husbandry in boyfriend role. That's what I believe you're doing. Right? I believe you're doing husbandry stuff when you are a boyfriend. And I'm saying to you the same way we say for women too, and I agree. I think we are in a generation where we do stuff for people that is not our role. You are a boyfriend. I would, unless there's an engagement going on that I don't know about, I would say that, my friend, if I was you, I would keep quiet, do your business, go and get it sorted, and then from there on outwards. Do you know what I mean? Right? But when you begin to brag like this, especially as men, just like when women start to brag like this as well, when women start to brag about their man, etc., you got to be very careful. Okay? All right? You got to be very, very careful. Okay? Okay, so you got to be very, very careful. No, Sister MJ, the standards are not lower. I want you to understand what we're talking about is his energy. It's not about the standards. You see, not why. I get it. But this is why we need to listen and pay attention to the situation. What he bragged about had nothing to do with his girl. This is the same thing I said about when the women were saying about their man is a provider, this and that. He's ugly, but you know what? I love it. And I said to you, it's the same thing. Listen to people's statements. It will take you very, very far. If you're only listening because there's a part that really interests you, which is the money part. I'm not despite the fact he's making money or even providing for his woman. That's never been my case. Continue to provide, sir. What I'm saying for you is we're doing husbandry stuff in a boyfriend role. And if it goes wrong, I don't want to hear your voice crying in the wilderness like John the Baptist. I don't want to see you come on my internet joining Manosphere because that's where the Manosphere men are. Do you get what I'm saying? Right? It's great to have qualities. It's great to have the same way you are. I'm always going to be the same person I'm always going to be because that's who I am. But the reality is also you have to be very wise in how you deal. Now, someone said to me, he probably knows the investment that he's investing in. I'm saying to you, well, if you know the investment you're investing in, marry the chick then. Why are we wasting time? Right? Why are we getting to time? Marry this woman. Be done. Marry her. She's so amazing It's me because what it's really is she's so amazing, and you know her already that you're willing to financially invest in this particular way, sir. You're already tied. You might as well go ahead. 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 This response for the men was actually really good. I thought the men were quite solid in the responses, to be honest. Usually when I see Twitter responses by men, it's trash. This lot was not. You know? This lot was not. So I was like, yeah, I don't know. The humble brag is giving, it sounds great, but it's a humble brag. And it's not very humble. It's not very humble. Yeah. But some of the other tweets were bad as well. I'll be honest. Some of the other tweets were not great because they weren't discussion points. They weren't necessarily discussion points. They were more attacks, and that would have been more manosphere. But the ones that I showed, there was solid conversation. Solid conversation. Like I said, but when you end it with whether a man is a good man and is he doing his best? I keep telling y'all, and this is where I have to agree with manosphere, and this might be my final point before I get into the next topic. This will be my final point as well. This is my final point on the situation also as well. A lot of people, and this is what social media does. This is the problem I have with social media. A lot of people are average earners. You're average. Yeah, I think the average salary in US is 33,000 median. Okay, all right. The average salary of a man is 33,000 median. Most people on that salary are not going to be doing what this guy is doing because they can't afford to do what they're doing. Right? I'm not expecting women to start paying men's bills. No one's asked for that. I don't want to see that. Right? Okay. What I'm saying is, in real respect, that most people do not make enough money to do what this guy is doing. It does not mean they're not good men, and it does not mean they're not good leaders. What it does mean is they're average, because there's a lot of average people. Most people are average. Average. Average, both men and women. But the trouble with the internet is people are looking for exceptional results from exceptional men to be applied to just average men. Right? So many people are average. So unless they're making money on the side that we don't know about, most people are on average salary, both men and women. Right? Most people. Right? So in that particular case, this lifestyle and this is why I always say about preferencing certain topics with this is for a certain echelon. And this is why I didn't like the high value male conversation, because it was trash, because most people did not make that kind of money. But of course, I know at that part I have to agree with Kevin Samuels a little bit, because he was on point with that when he said that, right? Not most people don't. Okay, right? So I didn't need to know this information. When a man comes and starts telling the internet about what he does, I've got 3 times more than earning me. I paid off this. I paid off this. I start getting a little bit scared of those kind of men. I'm just gonna be honest with you, because they don't end up well. Okay, so maybe you missed it, Sandra. The reason why the reason why I said what I said about it is because his end tweet was about how he questioned whether those. Okay, let me just give the tweet, because I don't want to. I'll give you the tweet so you can see where I made a deviation. I mean, the whole thing was braggadocious, but let me give you the part where I'm talking about. Here we go. All right. So this is the reason why I said what I said at this point. Yeah. He says, I mean to understand order as a man-ish. I understand the role should be not be reversed, but how would you perceive a man who actually wakes up and does his best to take care of his family, despite not being financially fortunate? Is he less than a man? I'm confused here. Now, at this point, he could have cleared it up. And maybe there's a tweet. I don't know. Let me see. There's another tweet underneath it. Okay, so there isn't. No, there isn't. Okay, so there isn't a tweet. I thought there'd be a tweet underneath it, but there wasn't. So at this point, you could have cleared it up, right? Let's just go back. Sorry. Okay, so back here. So he could have cleared it. He could have cleared this up. He could have cleared it up and made it real simple and made it real smooth and been like, listen, I'm not saying about, men aren't great, whatever, right? He could have made it real simple, but instead he didn't. He doubled down and was like, if he's not financially fortunate, is he truly doing his best to take care of his family? But there are so many people on average salary doing average things because they're average. We can't look what people. Oh my day, and that's the part I'm saying. Like, it's given that elitist energy, and it's like you are in a fortunate position. When the money that I make from YouTube, I'm in a very fortunate position. I thank the Lord. I do not talk down to other men who are not in the same position as me. I won't. I won't, because the reality is at any given moment, the Lord can take it from me. At any given moment, something can happen to me. I'm just grateful to be in a position where I can have more than I used to have. I'm grateful for that. The Lord has done it. He's opened the doors for me. Okay? It's the Lord that gives us power to make wealth. So I don't look at and talk about other men that way. But Z, the whole point is this. They're average men and they're average women. They're doing their best. They're absolutely doing their best. There are men out there doing their absolute best. And the thing is, they're going to be average in the sight of others. Can everybody be a movie star? Some people are just not great great actors. There are tiers when it comes to acting. There are tiers when it comes to YouTube. I only have 71,000. And somebody's out here with 7 million. Unfortunately, there are average YouTubers like myself in comparison to those who are 7 million. In comparison. So we have to understand that some people are actually doing their best. They're at their limit. This is their limit. This is their capacity. They can't go any further. They're doing their absolute best to look after their family. And the fact that he put the question there, that's where the down speaking is coming from. It's a very clever slight, because it's not direct. It's passively done. Very much so, Queen Quick. You already know, because right, it's very passively done. And the reason I'm harping on this is because I want people to understand that some of you are average. And you need to understand that. Not my actual audience. I'm not saying anyone specifically, but I'm saying a lot of us are average. Okay? But don't embarrass somebody because you're not on the same level. I've never done that. I don't belittle people with 5K subscribers on YouTube, because at any given moment, YouTube can remove me from their platform. Why would I be arrogant like that? So if someone asks me the way they asked him the question, if they ask me, is he less than a man? I'm confused here. And they're asking for clarity. And if they're asking for clarity, I would clear up and say, no, I'm not saying they're less of a man. They're not less of a man, not at all. What I'm saying is, if you're fortunate enough to be in a position where you have more resources, man them, let's do better. Let's invest in our women. That's what should be said. Instead, he said, if he's not financially fortunate, is he truly doing his best to take care of his family? Boom. Anyway, let's move on to the next topic. You get me? Let's move on to the next topic. It's a madness out here, cuz. You get me? It's a madness out here, cuz. This is it. Listening to language is so important to me. Linguistics, wording, even rhetorics, tones. I'm very sensitive to all those kind of things, because I look at it, in a particular way. Do you know what I'm saying? I look at it in a particular way, right? So I'm always very cautious about the way that people talk, because that's what affects, and I see how it forms and creates havoc for a lot of people. And words don't hurt us is a lie. They do. They cut. You know what I mean? This is important to also have that conversation. It's important to have that conversation. So yeah, that's that part there. All right, cool. Let's get on to the next topic. Because I spent 30 minutes on that. I didn't know it was a good conversation, but I don't think I have to go to 30 minutes. Anyway, so next topic I want to talk about, obviously, is I want to talk about the Tyrese situation, because that was crazy. Okay, that was crazy, and that was interesting. Okay, so the Tyrese situation, that was an interesting situation. I understand. But now you're talking about him working 2 more jobs. Where does he find the time to invest in his kids? See, making more money does not necessarily improve the quality of life. It improves the financial quality of life, which may increase opportunities. But that time away from your kids now? So there are different forms of life that come to different people. that we have to be very, very careful. 2 extra jobs on top of what you're doing. And of course, if you don't make enough, of course, you can work 2, 3 jobs. I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I'm saying to you, but also let's balance it. Let's balance it. Don't look at it one way. Let's balance it. Because a lot of the time that he spent making that money, if he doesn't spend time with those kids, you're going to have issues. Right? There are too many of us in this life complaining about our parents not being able to spend time with us. And yes, money is important, but the time was also important. Right? So what we're saying is the money doesn't make the man. The money is important as a tool the man should use. You know what I mean? It doesn't make him less of a man. You know, it's not less of a man. It's just a case of the fact that people can't do certain things, you know? So anyway, that was a separate point. I appreciate it, Emma. Thank you for the comment. Okay. You know, let's get into the next topic. Tyrese situation, baby. There's a little bit more of this actually. Really.
I'm supposed to follow your stuff with something mean, and I don't just be mean, but I don't really want to be mean. I just want to tell you that.
No, we're telling
no,
you.
No, I'm telling you the truth.
Okay.
Telling you the truth. I was so heartbroken and devastated because my ex unexpectedly left me. And so I felt like our conversations on the phone was very special because you remember when we first talked, I had to do like 2 full weeks of quarantine where I literally couldn't walk out my front door. This was at the height of the pandemic. And it just made me feel like I was in high school again, literally. Just talking for hours and hours on the phone. And I was just like, wow, I don't remember the last time I had an opportunity to like talk to someone without being super busy traveling, moving around. So I felt like everything about God's timing just kind of paused me. You wasn't paused, you was out living your best life, but I was literally in Canada in quarantine, stuck. They had a 2-week mandate where you could not physically walk out the front door. And if that quarantine wouldn't have happened, I don't think we would have had time to have conversations as long as we did. So it was beautiful. And outside of you being beautiful and all these very special assets.
All right, cool. I think we played enough. Listen, so before this, if you were here, I played a clip where his girlfriend at the time said that she would have chosen Paul Walker over him, which was just an area of just absolute madness. Okay, but let me just be very real with you. Okay, from what I just even heard in that particular part. Okay, from what I heard in that particular part. All right. This brother is still in love with his wife, with his ex-wife. I said, sir, it sounds like he's still in love with your ex-wife. Now, that's another point. But we have to let me take it slowly. Let me take it bit by bit. The first part, let's deal with it. She made a joke about Paul Walker, right? Okay, she made a joke about Paul Walker and the fact that with Paul Walker, she said that Paul Walker was more his type. But she said not because he's white, but because it's more of his type, right? And I said to myself, why would your partner make that type of joke? Okay, I'm gonna hold both of them accountable because why would she make that kind of joke to you? She knows what Paul Walker means to you. Like, you know, she knows what Paul Walker means to you, how deep it is with you and Paul Walker. Let's play again.
I was mean, not mean, but I was just straight to the point. Like, what's going on?
You were mean.
And yeah.
All right, so that's the most commonly asked question. How did we meet? I slid in the DMs.
Yeah.
We linked up.
He wasn't my type at all. My type is actually Paul Walker recipes. But he wasn't my type at all. And my type is not white. I'm just saying I was more interested in
touch me.
Paul and every facet of the area.
Don't touch me.
Now, look. Okay, so this situation with, you know, if your partner, you know, says a joke about your friend who's passed away, who's deep, the pain hurts you to this day, cuz we know it. it still kind of hurts me a little bit to see Paul Walker pass away. You know what I mean? All right. Even though I know about Paul Walker's, some of his history with young girls, just saying, I got all respect for Paul Walker, but the fact he was dating young girls that were 16 and he was a grown-ass 30, I'm going to just say this. We have to talk about Paul Walker another day, but we need to talk about Paul Walker's underage dating he was doing and how it was accepted, because it's disgusting. Just saying. It's disgusting. Okay? It's disgusting. Just saying. Okay? Love Paul Walker and what he did on the films, but we got to talk about the fact he was dating 16-year-olds at 30. That don't make no sense to me. But hey, allegedly, anyway. So, but no, if you've got a partner, this is a very bad, distasteful, ugly, hurtful type of joke to make, right? Ugly type of joke to make. Okay? Why would you want to make a joke about his friend who's passed, about how you liked him? It shows a lack of maturity and emotional intelligence in that moment. Better yet, even then to say it on the internet too, so we know. So let me tell you something. Okay? All right? These two mirror each other. Okay? These two mirror each other. Okay? And I say they mirror each other because what Tyrese does, she does. Just before that clip, and I'll play it for you so you can see it, he says, "You're being very mean," right? But later on, he explains what she explains. One of the things that she doesn't like about him is that when he gets angry, he gets mean. And then you realize these two are exactly the same. They're mean people. She's passive aggressive. He's passive aggressive. Right? I'll play it so you can hear it again. Okay, so you understand where it's coming from, right? Just listen to this part again.
You know, it's like, okay. But then he posted a video and it said something about his mom at the time who was going through something. And I sent him my first voice note. And
was the voice note in the DM? You didn't have my number at the time. I think you left me a voice note in the DM because we didn't exchange numbers.
I think.
Yeah, you left me a voice note because my mom was in a coma at the time.
Yeah.
So you sent me.
Sent you something about your mom. And that was my first time talking to you. And then he's like, okay, forget I said that. What's your name, Liz? And then we started going from there. But I was mean. Not mean, but I was just like straight to the point, like what's going on.
You were mean.
And yeah.
All right, so that's the.
So whatever how they started, okay, she was a little bit mean, whatever. He liked it. Okay? All right, he liked it. She was a little bit mean, you liked it, right? This is Tyrese's problem that I'm starting to see with Tyrese. We don't know why, apparently we still don't know why you and your ex broke up. Okay? We don't know why him and his ex actually broke, his ex-wife broke up. Apparently we don't know 100% why they actually broke up, right? We're not sure. Okay? Now, what that tells me is if we can't get that information out of her and that information out of you, and he doesn't know why, we need to be looking at you differently. Okay? We need to generally look at him differently and be like, hey, bro, we need to figure out what happened there. Why did the situation suddenly just develop to a point where she just left? No telling you why she left. Right? Why is it that in this situation she left and we don't know why? So we got to ask that question. Okay? So why did she leave you? We don't know. We don't know. You don't know. Which means we really need to be looking deeper at ourselves before we jump into the next relationship, because you know what I mean? Like there's something obviously going on. Right? But he mean, she mean. Right? You found your like match. Now, my thing about Tyrese, I think where I see Tyrese's weakness is, I think there was a lack of love from his mother, and I think there was maybe an inconsistency in love of his mother, and maybe that's why any woman that he finds attractive, that he wants, shows him a bit of love, that's why he goes there. Oh, is it? Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, so I'm definitely gonna. I'll do a separate breakdown then on that VR. If you can send me the timestamps. If you got the timestamps VR, if you got timestamps, send me those timestamps. I'll do a live on it. We'll break it all the way down as well. But I appreciate it. I'll go and get into that topic as well. So I think he has a type when it comes to certain type of women, right? I think he has a type. And so I think he has to look at himself and take some time to reassess those things. Let's just go to the part where I wanted to show you guys why I said about the point. I think it's here.
Although sometimes when you're pumping them pimples on.
Hold on.
I want
to get to the part where he
all that I had on my mind. I wanted.
Where's the part where she says about? Sorry.
More and more and more. We just getting to know each other. I remember when you got emotional and you teared. You trusted me, and for some reason I trusted you, and I just met you. And so yeah, we.
I've missed it, guys.
From doing what most people don't do, actually communicating, getting to know each other.
That's my favorite thing about you. I went into my least favorite thing about you. You already know this. There's only one thing that's a downfall. You know this already.
When I get mad, I'm mean.
Yeah, I don't like that. That's something that he needs to work on.
It's something I learned from my mom. When she gets mad, she goes all out and says everything that's on her mind because she doesn't think about, well, if I say all of this while I'm mad, we still got to be together next week. So I've been working on that. Yeah, I really have. Yeah. Thank you for being patient with me. We got a lot of shit on my mind. Yeah. All right. So what do I love about you?
So, as you heard, what he said is that his mother, when she got angry, was mean in this particular way. And this what can happen is a person struggles to be able to express themselves in that safe environment when you have a mother who always berates, gets angry, maybe abuses in a particular aspect as well. Is giving very much, he may be an ambivalent attachment style, right? But we'll discuss that when I watch the actual video on the interview that he gives his particular instance, right? Because I think there's some depth that we need to go into with Tyrese. But the reality is, in this situation, with this young lady, if for someone to say that about the Paul Walker situation and for you just to accept it, whoo, baby, bro, we're in a dangerous place. Okay, very dangerous place when you start doing that. Let's just have a look at this part. I want to just get to this part as well because he was addressing the audience at this point by himself.
About what they should and shouldn't do, what the timing should be in and around breaking up with somebody before you move on, before you have sex, before you decide to date or entertain the idea of a man or a woman. I believe that is one of the biggest fucking mistakes. And here's the thing. If your process is to say, I'm a divorcee, I got a child, my ex, my baby daddy, baby mama, whatever that is, I'm going to take some time to myself to heal, recover, do some therapy, decompress. If that's your process, then I got to respect it for what it is. But at the end of the day, I got a little secret for y'all. Just a little small secret that nobody wants to talk about, men or women. Not everybody should be alone when they're going through a breakup. Not everybody should be alone when someone in their family dies or they go through a traumatic, tragic situation. It's not in everybody's cards to be alone when you're going through some rough shit. The devil's playground is in the mind. And sometimes love will beat the shit out of a devil. I don't want you guys to tell me what I should and shouldn't be doing with the timing of who I decide to date and who I decide to be with. That woman left me and refused to come back. Zelly, beautiful, sweet, kind. She was out living her best life. Zelly never asked to be here. Truth be told, I never wanted to be with anybody but the woman I was married to. Never cheated, never did anything.
Now we need to break this part down. Okay. We need to break this part down, but I don't want to go too deep into it. But let's be honest, right? Yeah, we can't. I get it. After a breakup, you might not want to be alone, but the reality is, you need time alone. Okay, after a breakup, you need time alone, and you need time with friends. Okay, not a new love interest. Okay, so you need time with friends and family, but not another love interest. And the reason being you don't want another love interest is because you need time to recuperate and to restore yourself, because a lot has been lost in the run up to a divorce. Yes, he needs to sit on a bench and heal. Okay, we don't need you out in these streets finding a new love. And you found a new love, which is you found it in this young lady. But the reality is, we needed you to be on your grind emotionally to heal from the last marriage and divorce. To enter into, and plus it was quarantine or whatever, and you end. So what you've done is you've taken someone else to begin to regulate your temperature in the emotional sense to get over something, but it hasn't actually been healed or been given the appropriate space and room to heal from the past relationship. Hence why he talks so much about the ex-wife. Hence why we saw the outbursts we saw on our screens and the emotional displays we saw from him. And when I say emotional, let me just rephrase that. We saw an overextension of emotions, such as crying on our screens about situations that should have really been handled behind the scenes. Right? Okay. So, and you know what? That maybe that's part of my little bit of toxicity in there. I don't like seeing men cry on my screens for certain things. Right? For certain things. Right? So I'm not saying that you can't cry when there's a breakup, but I'm saying there's a time and a season for it. Don't cry on my screen for the breakup, sir. You know what I mean? Especially in this particular instance. You know, so we need you to take time. We need to take time and actually be out the game to fully take that healing on board. So when he says, oh, it's not everyone that needs to be alone. No. Everyone should take the time and be alone. They should. Because you ain't dealing with the actual issues that are within you and what you've actually gone into and what you've experienced. Okay. And so here's my biggest thing about Tyrese. I think I think with Tyrese, what I see is somebody who wants so much love. And he has so much love to give. There are many men like Tyrese who have so much love to give and want so much love in return. That's not their issue. Their issue is, what do you do when you get hurt? See, when you're damaged within and you don't heal what's within yourself, when you get hit, it hurts the more. If you've not done the work within, when you get hit, it hurts the more. You struggle to be vulnerable in situations that you should be vulnerable in because you're still protecting yourself from past pain and wounds. So what I'm saying is, I think Tyrese does need to sit on the bench and heal, baby. You went from one relationship almost to another. Okay? So whether that was a therapist or a counselor, I don't care. I don't mind. But brother, we needed you to spend some time alone. We needed you to spend some time with Tyrese. All right? You've cloaked yourself in strength, but it makes you weak. You know, the Bible talks about this in Corinthians 12, verse 9, that, you know, in my weakness, Christ's strength is perfected. It's made perfect. His strength is so profound in my weakness. And this is the same approach we need in this love, because God is love. The same approach needs to be in relationships. Your weakness is your strength. The ability to say, I haven't got it. I just need to just go and sit down on the bench, heal, and maybe I can come back, is an act of love in itself. For loving you. You know? So yeah, and I was going to break this part down too, just quickly.
Sometimes things crash and burn. And I was hoping that she would at least love me enough to explain in great detail what I actually said or did, or when she decided the relationship would be over. She didn't love me enough to do that. She just packed up all her shit and she left. So in the midst of all of the confusion, in the midst of me looking to the left and the right, calling everybody unimaginable that knew me, knew us, every couple, every relationship, our pastors, everybody, I'm looking around and I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Can somebody explain anything about anything? And nobody could. So the Lord Jesus Christ that I serve took all of those broken pieces of my heart everywhere, all over the floor. And he says, call on me. I'm Jesus. You're my son. And I will help you to rebuild and reconnect your heart one piece at a time. And he helped me to do that through family, friends, loved ones, including the now love of my life in Zelly Timothy. So if you decide to be celibate for 10 years after your divorce, that's your fucking business. I don't think I want my dick to be inactive for 10 years, waiting on some woman to ride up on a white horse. I don't think I want to be on Pornhub for 10 years with the healing process. You just jacking off and masturbating every day. I don't really know if that's for me. I don't really know if I recommend to all of the ladies, get a vibrator, look at porn every day, go and get.
We went from Jesus to porn. I don't know how we got there, but we went from Jesus to I can't have my nuts not, you know. Hey, I think that kind of explains where we're at. I think that kind of explains where Tyrese is in this particular prospect. The brother needs to heal from the brokenness because what he presented was about sex. And here's the biggest thing about sex. Its ability to help somebody to produce chemicals such as oxytocin that are released to help us begin to form bonds with people. This is why sex is so powerful. Okay. That sex becomes a healing agent in some aspects when it comes to bonds. But here's the biggest but. It also is a part of the process of blinding people from the reality of the emotional and mental work that's required in order to maintain a relationship. Sex is like the cherry on top of the cake. It is not the cake, it's the cherry on top of the cake. It can become a bonding agent, absolutely, but if it's the only thing in there, the relationship could not survive. So the relationship requires sex. It needs aspects, it needs sex in there. But if the reason why you're talking about, you know, your broken heart and then going back to sex, this is not consistent with what you're really needing. Sex is not going to produce the results that you're talking about producing, let alone even talk about the faith aspect. If you want to talk about the faith aspect, we can talk about that. I know exactly where a brother could be. I've been there, so I ain't gonna hold you, sir. But I know the reality of it. It's not healing me. When I was on my devil time, my demon time, the sex ain't healing me. I know what it's doing. Okay, so what you need is Jesus, but you also need some therapy. This is what I'm saying again, and we'll discuss this more in another video when I do the full breakdown of Tyrese. But the thing needs therapy. You need Jesus, and we need therapy. That's what we need: Jesus and therapy. Okay, all right. Because what we're confusing is a connection through sex as a means of connection. Okay, so just wanted to put that out there. You know, just putting that out there as well. But yeah, him and that young lady, they both need to be accountable. Okay, old girl, you know, old girl, you know, she's enjoying her time right now. Okay, she said she never knew what love was until she met Tyrese. I'm not gonna say anything else. All right, let's move on then. Let's move on. Cardi B, and Tasha K situation. Cardi B and Tasha K. They had their situation. Tasha K has absolutely apologized. She has said her sorry. She's sorry for what she did, she says. And she apologized to Cardi on Insta. It wasn't much of an apology, I'll be honest with you. It wasn't much of an apology. Okay. So Unwind Tasha K says, damn, winos, we lost the appeal against Cardi B. Sad day, but I'm gonna be all right. I appreciate all your love and support throughout this fight. Today, we throw in the white flag. What happened will never happen again. To Cardi and her team, I apologize sincere. We live and we learn. See y'all Wednesday YouTube. Now, here's my thing. With Tasha K. She had the opportunity several times to apologize and let it go. And I'm scared of people like Tasha K because they double down in their madness instead of just apologizing and doubling back. But no, she didn't want to apologize. She didn't want to apologize at first. Now you apologizing, sis. It's you won't learn. You lost the appeal. You lost the main case and you lost the appeal. And still the energy reeks of this pride and this, this kind of lack of sincerity. You lied on another woman, another human being, let me say it that way, right? And you could have apologized for time and you didn't. And now when you've lost the appeal, it's even the apologies she's even apologizing with, it's rubbish. Let's be honest. Damn winos. We lost the appeal against Cardi B. Sad day, right? Look what this is not an apology. Let's be honest. This is not an apology. And her fans saying this is an apology. This ain't an apology. Damn winos. We lost the appeal against Cardi B. Sad day. If you start off an apology with damn, we lost the appeal against Cardi B today. Okay. All right. But I'm going to be all right. I appreciate all your love and support throughout this fight. Today, we throw in the white flag. What happened will never happen again. To Cardi and her team, I apologize sincere. We live and we learn. See y'all Wednesday at YouTube. That ain't an apology. Right? That ain't an apology. And that telling me I'm scared of Tasha K. I'm scared of people like Tasha K. When I say scared, not literally scared, but I'm scared of people like Tasha K. Because you have no ounce of integrity when even when you're wrong, you can't even go, you know what? My bad. You know what? I was bugging. I was wrong. And, I apologize. And, that's scary. Right? Yeah, that's scary. See how y'all ain't quick to say she's a narcissist just because she didn't apologize? Because not everyone's a narcissist when they don't apologize, guys. When they do something wrong and they don't apologize, doesn't mean they're not a narcissist. You see, the ladies haven't said that she's a narcissist because y'all be calling these men narcissists real quick. When they don't apologize, they do something like this, you'll be like, he's a narcissist. She's not a narcissist. And I agree. She's just somebody who just doesn't care. And there's a level of pride in her ability. I hate that. You know what I mean? I don't even mind if that's like her business is her business, but the level of pride is absolutely astronomical. And I'm even asking the question, wait, she has a husband, doesn't he operate in the church? I said, this kind of seems a bit mad. That's very true. I did see that, Sandria, on her Twitter. I saw it as well. I saw that she did that. Let me put it, I'll show you that as well on her Twitter because she talked about that. And I was like, wait, what is going on with Tasha K right now? Like, she just seems like somebody who won't ever stop, bringing discontent and rudeness and just absolute distastefulness to the internet. She's like, I'll let y'all what part-time gig I got so I can pay off this damn debt. I ain't got it, but I'm gonna get it. McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, any position available, I'll do anything. It's like, sis, you ain't learning. You ain't learning. She ain't learning. She ain't learning. So for me, I'm looking at it, what kind of husband does she have that's gonna be okay with watching your wife be out here in the streets being mad, where you're telling lies on other people, you're wrong, you have a lawsuit coming your way. Listen, I'm all for the Bonnie and the Clyde, but at what point, sir, and at what cost? So hopefully she pays the 4 million back, but I don't know. The husband we've got questions for the husband, because I don't know. That's very true. That's very true. I'm asking that question like, wait, where he at? Where he at? Your wife is embarrassing the team, bro. She's embarrassing the team. Why haven't you just yanked her back and said, babe, listen, stop that nonsense. Behave, man. You know what I mean? I don't even have a problem with her doing her show. It was just the fact that some of the things, if you know you're wrong and you're intentionally doing it, it's salacious, it's false, and it's disgusting. It needs to stop. You know what I mean? So, yeah, disappointed in that as well. So, I was sad to see that happen as well. That was disappointing. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it there for her, because in fact, no, there was one more video I need to even play, because this was just like an example of when we say people don't They try to take me out, baby. The internet tried to take me out. Anyway, uh Tasha K tried to take me out the game, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was trying to just show her a few things to get me. All I was trying to show was a video, baby. Tasha, why you gotta do that to me? I ain't do nothing to you. Okay, I ain't do nothing to you. Leave me alone, baby. Leave me alone, baby. Okay. All right, let me play the video that I was trying to play for you guys as well. So they try to take me out the game. All right, let's get this.
How much more? What do you want from me? How much more do you want? Now I can't cry because I got Botox. Y'all stop. Y'all know I'm getting old as fuck, so I got Botox. I can't cry. But I'm tired of this court shit, telling lies on the appeal and everything like that. It ain't even like that. Everybody trying to drag my lawyer. My lawyers are good people. They fucking good people. Them slobbing like Boosie, they good people. And then Iggy.
I just don't know, like, how much more can this man take? I'm wondering. Her husband was letting her do it because she was a breadwinner, correct? I think he said in court, he told her to stop though. And she hasn't stopped, bro. At this point, he got two choices, bro. Because at this point, it's going way too far, bro. She's still continuing even now. If I'm a man, I'm looking at the situation. Listen, you gotta pull some passes into this and be like, hey, baby, this ain't it. And you're affecting the relationship big time. What kind of level of pride is this that we're still even mocking at this point in time? If he stays in that relationship, he gonna regret it for long. If she doesn't change her mind, if she doesn't change the way she behaves, he gonna be some deep dire stuff. He gonna be always in a position where he trying to Z said, you know what, Z, I didn't want to say it, but you know what, you said it. These are one of the rarest times you must use that I'm a man card. Okay. This is one of the rarest times. This is one of the rarest times. Okay. It's very rarely you can use this, but this time he needs to use that card. Okay. He needs to use that card immediately. Okay. And without remorse, because where she's going is self-destructive. Don't get into it. She's making money, but now we're 4 million down, B. Okay. We're 4 million down. And what that means is she won't pay it all at once, but it'll be a consistent drip feed of money coming out your account. And to be fair, it's not necessarily the money. It's about the principle. This one said she has a bigger quit. Anyway, let's leave Tasha K. I didn't want to talk about it too long. Now, there's another video that was popping up on my feed that was crazy blood. That I need to talk about as well. And I'm sure you guys have probably seen it, but Cardi B actually retweeted it as well, which is really interesting. She retweeted it, Cardi B. So let's just get on this particular thing that Cardi B showed us as well. She got involved in as well recently. So there was a tweet that was going around, and Cardi B said, "Who the f she talking to?" And they're calling King Richards this woman. So pick-me's are the worst. Not King Richards. Sorry, Melanie King. Okay, and remember I told you guys there are panderers, and I'm going to do a video about this. There are panderers in the community when it comes to the manosphere. There are women who pander to men, and I don't trust any woman. I mean, let me put this frank to you, just in case anybody's in my audience who does this. I don't trust any woman that agrees with every man point. I don't believe you. I don't trust you. If you agree with every man point, and I'm not saying that you know that you're going to be fighting me every single thing. What I'm saying is, when a woman goes every single time yeah, exactly. That's what a man will say. When they start becoming warriors and explaining everything from a man perspective, I look at you weird. I expect some pushback because you're a woman, and you should expect pushback because of me, because I'm a man, because we think in two different ways. So sometimes when you see certain things, I'm expecting a pushback because I'm like, I know it made sense to me, but I'm expecting some level of pushback. Right? I'm expecting some level of pushback, but you ain't giving me none of that pushback. Okay? Why ain't you giving me that pushback? You agree with every single thing a man says? All right, cool. So let's get into that. Let's see what this was saying, right? Because this was a wild-ass conversation. I've reached out to this young lady as well. Hopefully she replies. I would love to interview her because this is madness.
You come outside with the blue hair, the eyelashes, the makeup, everything.
Yes.
It just screams like she's just one of those girls, bro.
Hey,
City girls, like stripper culture, like that kind of shit.
Can I just say one thing to that?
You can't say nothing to that because I'm telling you how guys perceive it. So that's how we perceive it.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying? What are you going to say that's going to negate what I'm saying?
Now, let me pause it here, okay? Let's pause it here. I think when we're talking, obviously, about this particular instance, when it comes to when it comes to what he was saying here, that, some women are looked upon in a particular way because of the color of their hair. I don't know about that. I'll be honest with you. I don't know about that. But what he's saying is guys look at it in a particular way. But I don't know. I don't look at it like that. I don't look at a woman with blue hair and think to themselves, this is a young Miami woman. I don't necessarily think about that. It's more about maybe I might think about if you dressed a particular way, but not necessarily the hair. I love a good color in the hair. I don't know. I don't know. But she's not giving me a particular look. She's not giving me a particular look that I'm like, oh, like you look, like she's not giving me that look. I think her hair looks great, and I think I thought that that she puts herself well together. So I wasn't getting the young Miami energy. Now, of course, I haven't watched the whole live, so I need to watch it. Maybe I need to watch it and see. You know, so I see it differently, but I never saw that personally from her. Anyway, let's continue onwards and we'll converse.
I'm an artist, okay? So when I'm on stage, my lyrics, everything that I do, I represent Christ, I represent myself, and I represent beauty, and I represent Black women that are bosses.
No,
Let
girl,
me land.
girl.
Let me land
No. You can't land no more.
Why
That
can't I
boss
land no
stuff.
more?
A man does not want a woman who says she's a boss.
Insecure
Sweetheart.
men don't want a
No,
boss.
no,
That's
no.
all right.
Okay, so there is a conversation that's been had here, which I think is very powerful. Okay, the conversation about being a boss. I'm just gonna be honest with you personally. Whenever I hear people say I'm a boss, it does usually carry oftentimes the masculine energy sometimes, right? Whenever it's used in that particular way, right? Again, men don't necessarily brag about being bosses. When they do, we call them arrogant pricks. This is be honest with ourselves, right? Maybe if she said she was a hustler or something like that, you know, it's often looked at from a masculine perspective. I would say that, you know, and so in that aspect, I just have to say that I do understand that the boss thing oftentimes is used, but sometimes it can be looked at as masculine. Now, am I saying that men who don't like that are insecure? No. I think there are women for certain men and some men that like certain women. You know what I mean? I'm not even mad at it. You know what I mean? Sis, do your thing. Okay. So do your thing. You know what I mean? Do your thing. I'm not even mad at it. You know what I'm saying? But I think sometimes the word boss gets used in an affiliation with often independent women, you know, that independent woman energy. We don't need a man energy. I can understand why there might be a little bit of pushback on that aspect, because again, how they usually group cluster those particular thoughts as well. So I see that as a thing as well. So let's continue.
Oh man, and I'm telling you, men who've conquered the world do not want this. But are they taking you home and saying that's my wife?
Somehow.
There's a difference.
Somehow, though. That's
No. You got a rebuttal to everything, but you're not digesting. You're hearing, but not listening. You know why it's important for you to listen?
To you?
No, not to me.
Okay,
to wisdom. So you talked about being a Christian,
yeah.
But it says the older women need to teach the younger women, and younger women need to listen and be submissive. But you know how many young women are not submissive to what men say? But you say you're a Christian woman.
Okay.
You can't be a Christian woman and buck against what men are saying. That is anti-biblical, is anti-God.
No, I think this is where it gets slightly left. Because again, I think it's about the presentation. Okay, it's about the presentation rather than what the conversation is about as well. I think it's a presentation. So when she starts talking about the fact that, are you listening? You know, again, I think the presentation of that very poor. Okay, and then obviously the conversation about that you're a Christian, you know, you're bucking against the word. I haven't really heard much of her say anything that was bucking against that particular trend, and bucking against the word of God in this instance about women should be submissive. If we're talking about women be submissive and don't talk, that's different. And also, like I said, we discussed this as well as men. There is disagreements in agreeable energy, right? So there's a type of disagreements with us, what men like, which doesn't come off as being disagreeable, meaning the way you challenge doesn't become combative. There's a way of that. I'm not again saying that's what she's doing because I haven't really heard that in this particular video. I don't know if she said that because I haven't seen it. As far as I'm concerned, and what I've seen is, you know, her say one or two words, not finish off her point, and then get lambasted. I ain't really heard anything else. So maybe when I watch the whole video and I can do a whole live on it, then I'll break it all the way down. But so far, I'm not really hearing things, you know, not really hearing things that actually go in alignment with that as well. So Yeah, that's interesting for me.
It's antichrist, and it makes you the great whore of Babylon. That's what the
Yikes.
Bible
No, it
talks
doesn't.
about. I was raised in Christian school, Christian college, and I was in church 4 days a week, all day on Sunday.
That doesn't mean it.
Now, here is where it really went left for me. Okay. This is where I think it really went left for me. All right. So, you know, calling her the great Babylon, Jezebel, you know, this kind of stuff. This is not where we need to be. I think, again, I need to listen to the whole live. So unless the only reason, and again, my thing is about presentation, delivery, tone. Even if somebody has similar traits to a Jezebel, I don't want to be calling you a Jezebel. Right? We know what Jezebel did. Jezebel was leading her man Ahab, and Jezebel was killing the prophets of the Lord, and causing Israel to and the countries around it to serve gods that were against the God of Israel. Right? But then to call this woman a Jezebel for just disagreeing, yeah, I'm not about that business. You know what I mean? Like, we're looking for a hot take. We're looking for something that's going to create drama, and it has created drama. But calling her a Jezebel didn't even line up. I'm just confused by that. I think that's where I'm like, what's going on, really? Why is this happening? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, again, we're talking from a Christian perspective, but even that still doesn't give Melanie King emphasis and right to call this woman a Jezebel. There's nothing really here that's been presented as such. So I don't understand that.
Anything.
No, it means something when I'm telling you scripture and you're bucking against it, and it's against the word of God. So don't claim God and Christianity, but your attitude is bucking, and you cannot be quiet for one moment. But don't ask me a question, respond to what
Now pause here. Now, someone having an attitude, of course, if someone's got an attitude, and again, I would love to break this all the way down, but if someone has an attitude, I said this about Melanie King the other day, and I'm saying this about anybody here. If I'm asking you to behave in a particular way, do I do the very same? Sis is telling us about the fact that you're talking about the word of God and she's bucking up against the word of God. What part? Because I'm so confused. Okay, first of all, she's not married, so she doesn't have to be submissive. You know what I mean? She's not married, so who's she going to be submissive to apart from the Lord? She's not married, so who's she going to be submissive to? Now, if you're talking about a particular energy that she carries, if you're talking about a particular way that she carries herself, or about being, maybe she's overly disagreeable, then we can talk about that. Her being combative, we can talk about that. But again, add to that part, who is she need to be submissive to? She's not got a man. She's not got a husband. Okay? So when we take this energy and we take it in this particular form and start using the word of God, let me be real with you. I like the word of God, and you guys know I love to use the word of God. This ain't got nothing to do with the word of God that you're talking about. You know what I mean? This ain't got nothing to do with Jesus. It ain't got nothing to do with the word of God, what you're talking about here. What you're trying to do is you're trying to box this girl in a particular box and then hit her over the head with the ruling stick about the word of God, which, if you were understandingly somebody who went to church 4 times a week and you understand who God is, then you wouldn't have addressed this woman in this particular way. This beating down don't make no sense. I'm confused by that.
I said.
Okay, so what do you want to
Don't ask me a question. You hear, but you do not listen. If you listen, you would know the questions I ask.
The questions that you ask, I don't really have much to say to them. I'm going to be honest
but
with
don't
you.
claim Christianity if you're not willing to submit to when men are telling you. A lot of women are Christian feminists.
I'm not a feminist.
No, you claim Christianity when it works in your...
Now, there may have been conversation that we missed, and so I want to put this also. There may be conversation that we missed also. Maybe they discussed about submission, and maybe she said she wouldn't submit to a man, right? So I want to leave that open. I haven't watched the video, so I don't know. But I want to leave it open and say maybe she said in a conversation that she wouldn't submit to her husband, and that's why they're talking about this issue. So I don't know. I don't know if that's happened or not, but this energy just seems rah-rah, a lot rah-rah for me, you know, for somebody who's talking about you should know the word of God.
Favor, but you put down men and say, you're rebellious.
Can I just
You're
ask,
rebellious.
when did I put down a man here?
You're rebellious.
When did I put down
You're
a man?
rebellious, and I'm calling it out. You're rebellious.
But when did I...
You said you're rebellious. I love the way she said you're rebellious. You're rebellious. You're calling it out. You're rebellious.
Rebellious.
I'm not.
You're rebellious.
I'm not, babe.
Don't claim Christianity. You're
Don't speak
rebellious.
that over me, 'cause
No,
that's not
I'm
me.
speaking it over
Don't
you.
speak
Even
that
you
over me.
talking now,
Yeah.
you have no discipline because you can't
Okay.
sit and listen without opening your mouth.
Because I don't feel like
Because
your
you're
points are
rebellious.
valid
No, I'm
to
telling you,
me.
you are antichrist and you are the Jezebel. Whoever has influenced you has told you you need to be this Jezebel and anti and
Okay,
rebellious.
what we're not gonna do,
No,
firstly,
no,
what-
you're not gonna
what
tell
we're not
nobody
gonna
what we're
do,
not gonna
what
do.
we're not gonna
This isn't
do-
your show. Don't
It's-
tell nobody
this
what
isn't
we're
my
not gonna
show.
do. Yeah,
This
don't
isn't
tell
your
me what
show
I'm not gonna
either,
do.
though.
No, but I will. You will not tell
But
me
is it
what
your
I'm not
show?
gonna do.
Is it your
Don't tell me
show?
what I'm gonna
Okay.
do.
But is it your show?
No, is it
All right,
yours?
cool.
Okay. Bell.
Now I need to obviously see the whole video to understand what's going on. Like I said, I'll review the whole video and see. But you know, this conversation, you know, her saying you're not a Christian for not submitting and calling her a Jezebel and da 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 da. I mean, this. I'll be honest with you, this ain't it. This really ain't it. And I wanna be cautious because again, I haven't watched the whole video, so I want to be able to watch the whole video to be able to give a perspective. Because I don't want to give a sensationalized view when I can watch the whole video. But this doesn't give me the tone, the delivery, the wording, the phraseology, the rhetoric. This is not giving something. This is not giving love-like energy at all. It's not love energy at all. And I keep saying, if you want people to learn, then we have to be able to speak in a tone that speaks safety. And then I'm asking you, you know, I'm telling you something that you can learn from. You know, and again, this is why I'm saying about the fact that you have to be a leader in the way that you want to be approached by you offering that first to people. If you're respectful in your dialogue, people are going to be respectful to you. If you're respectful in the way that you deliver information to people, you're more likely to catch more bees of honey than you are with vinegar. And so that's the way that you have to explain those things. You know? So for me, it's looking like Melon King went way over the top. Well over the top. Well over the top. For this particular conversation. The energy didn't match. I'll be honest with you. The energy did not match at all. Okay. So for me, yeah, I wasn't feeling this at all. And I'll get into the longer video maybe later on this week and we'll talk about it, but this was not it at all. So yeah, I was disappointed to see that and to kind of see that information. And yeah, I don't see how that could be something that is positive and how that's going to help heal people. You know, you said that the older women should help the younger women, but not like that. That's not how the older women should be helping the younger women. Not like that. No. That's not how we're going to do it, baby. That's not how we're going to do it. Okay, so we're going to leave that right there. Okay, we're going to leave that right there. Yeah, she did love Kevin Samuels. In fact, Kevin Samuels is her mentor. And that's why it's coming across the way it is. You know, that the Melanie King, her mentor was Kevin Samuels. And that's why the energy she's giving right now is being presented the way it is. Like as if you almost hate black women. And I keep saying this, when you get under rhetorics and you get under certain people, their energy will affect you and will move in the way that you move. Right? So for me, I'm not impressed by this. For me, I already know Melanie King. I already said this at the very beginning. I didn't like when Melanie King and others were doing their particular viewpoints for men, because oftentimes it lacked nuance. And I was like, you're a woman. So surely there are things that you disagree with. Surely there are things that you disagree with. Surely there are things that you don't see in that particular way. Surely there are things that you see and you're like, that ain't it. But even things where I'm like, yo, that's surely they're going to back the woman. They don't back the woman still. I'm like, you lot are definitely here for money, because there's no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no freaking way. But we'll get into another time. Okay. Let's talk the last point. We're going to talk about, obviously, I didn't even change the title, but Chris Breezy. Okay. I'm sure I'm going to get my audience giving us some pushback on this topic. I expect it from the ladies once more again. But we're going to talk about it. Let's go to, I want to go to, let's go. Where are we at? I wanted to find this video about Chris Brown situation, because this was a situation that a lot of people were having their say and they were disagreeing. I think I might have gone to Twitter for it because I can't find it on my Instagram, which is what I wanted. But a young man broke up with his particular partner because Chris Brown was grinding upon his chick. Oh man, I still can't believe it, bro. I still cannot believe it. But we're here, Sha. Okay, we're here. So here we go. Let's just get this up on the place. So the guy did this. So we're going to read a statement here. A man has sensationally claimed on TikTok he broke up with his girlfriend after she received a steamy lap dance from a singer-songwriter Chris Brown during a recent concert. The boyfriend shared footage of his girlfriend receiving a lap dance from a singer during the UK date of his Under the Influence tour. Her distraught boyfriend Dash shared the footage along with the description, point of view, buying my girlfriend front rows tickets to see Chris Brown. I want my $500, £515, $615, and my girlfriend back. In a more recent update, he revealed he had broken up with his girlfriend over the encounter. Just to update everyone regarding the Chris Brown concert, I'm no longer with my girlfriend, he explained. He added that his girlfriend doesn't think what she did was wrong. Thoughts on this, okay? Ooh. So this was a situation, okay? Yeah, this is a situation. How I watched my girlfriend up on stage with Chris Brown. Just to update everyone regarding the Chris Brown concert, I'm no longer with my girlfriend, but she said she doesn't think she did anything wrong. Okay. Whoo, baby. Someone said, if Kelly Rowland, okay, calls you up on stage, performing motivation, be my motivation until they could. I can feel my okay. But you know, if she calls me up on stage, if I'm single, don't think I'm gonna hesitate but to go. Okay. All right. Don't hesitate to think I'm not gonna go. But if I'm in a relationship, I'm gonna ask my partner first, babe, is it all right if I go? Is it all right if I go? But I don't want to. You have every right to tell me no. If she goes, babe, you can go, I'm gonna go. Okay? But if you ask me, I'm gonna tell you no. I don't want to see you up there with Chris Breezy and him grind upon you while we're on the biggest stage on the internet. I don't want to see that. Okay? You know what I mean? I would respect the wishes of my partner. If my partner weren't there, again, do you know what the first thing is? Here's the dark arts. And you know what? Jay will agree with me in this. I know Jay, another round, will definitely agree with me in this, right? The biggest problem of this situation is two things. One, your man was there. And two, you danced on Chris Brown, or Chris Brown danced on you in the public space where they can record stuff. Okay? In the public space where they record stuff, this is on the internet forever. Okay? This is on the internet forever. So for me, this is now in the public domain. And let me tell you something. Other men will never let this go. And I said this on my Instagram. I said, women don't want men that don't have the respect of other men. This will make him lose respect from other men. Because there ain't no way most of us men, not all, most of us men will be like, bro, he gonna be the banter for life. Okay? he's going to be the banter for life. Okay? Now, because he didn't agree to it. Do you see what I'm saying? If he agreed to it, he could have got bantered and he could have been like, well, bro, I told her to go up there. I don't really care. But he can't say that because he never agreed to it. She went up there. Okay, and went up there and had herself being grinded upon by Chris Brown. Now, the reason why some people don't see a problem with it is because they're differentiating Chris Brown from a normal person. If this wasn't Chris Brown, you'd have a problem with it. Would there be a problem? If this was not Chris Brown, if this was not a celebrity, okay, all right, would this be a problem? That's my question. My question is, if this was not a celebrity, would this be a problem, ladies? That's what I'm asking. If it's not a celebrity, a normal person, would this be okay? I'm asking the question. Ladies, if this was a normal man, would this be okay? I'm gonna show you where the problem lies. If it's a normal man, would it be a problem? That's the question I'm asking. Okay. Now here's the issue. Someone's gonna say you're a fan, right? Number one, oh, you're a fan. It's not a big deal. Number two, it's just a performance. With that rhetoric, we have a problem. With that rhetoric, we have a problem. Okay? We have a problem. Because here's a problem. How far does that rhetoric go? Well, first and foremost, it's a one-time in a lifetime deal, like to go and dance with Chris Brown. Yeah, it is. And you might not ordinarily do it, but you wouldn't ordinarily get caught up on stage either. You've already broken one norm already. So if you're telling me it's not normal to be called up on stage, you're right. But you've been called up, so you've now broken that norm. What about the next thing? What if you're saying that you can't say no? What if he calls you and behind and says, I need to see you after? What if Chris Brown says, let me see you after? Since we're saying we can't resist, it's a fan situation. You know how it is. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It's a fan situation. So he calls her and says, come back after, come to the backstage. Come back to the backstage. Is that now an issue? Because remember, you might only get one chance to go backstage with Chris Brown now. Right? That's what I'm saying. You know, if Chris Brown says, let me come back, you know, let's go behind stage. Right? Just the girls are going backstage. Why is it an issue? Because it's post. Why is it an issue above Rubies? Why is it an issue? It's a once in a lifetime chance. I said he's calling her backstage. What's the issue? Why is there an issue there? Explain to me why there's an issue. And I'm going to show you something. Explain to me why there's an issue. And I'll show you something. Why is there an issue if he calls her backstage? Okay, but he's just calling her backstage. What's the big deal? He's just calling her backstage. Come backstage with the rest of the girls. Come backstage. What's the big deal? Why is it something different, Empress? Why is it something different? I'm going to show you something. Why is it something different? Why is it different? No. I'm making a point here. You're going to see. Why is backstage different? I'm asking a question. Why is backstage different? I want to follow the line of thought, right? Because the reality is this: people have already started making assumptions about what's going to happen backstage, but it's a once in a lifetime chance. Who said he's going to actually have sex with her backstage, or even kiss her, or do anything like that? They're just going to talk backstage. They're literally just going to talk backstage. That's all. You know, Chris Brown's just going to have a conversation with her backstage. So why should it be a trip? There should be no negative thoughts. If he's inviting her backstage, why do we all think it's different? He could be inviting her to have a conversation backstage, right? That's what I'm asking. I'm just saying, why would we have an assumption? If he invites her backstage, there is no guarantee he's going to have sex with her or try anything. He probably just wants to have a conversation. You know, just wants to talk to one of his fans. Right? But you're saying it's different. And that's the point. I'm trying to bring to understanding here. You're saying backstage is a problem, and I'm saying to you, it shouldn't even be a problem then. It shouldn't even be a problem. No. Why is it different, Maggie? Because there were thousands of people on the stage to being backstage by yourself in a private area. What's the difference? Where's your integrity? Why is your integrity changed? Because there is thousands of people on the stage to when you go backstage. Why is integrity changed? Why is your integrity changed? Because there's thousands of people on the stage and not thousands of people behind the stage. So something's going to happen. Who says something's going to happen? He's just going to have a conversation. There shouldn't even be a problem there. Shouldn't even be a problem there. In fact, look, you know what? If Kelly Rowland invites me backstage, I'm going. I don't care what my woman says. I don't care what she says. She should trust me. My woman should trust me. If Kelly Rowland invites me backstage, she should trust me. I'm just going to have a conversation. That's what she should just trust me. I'm going to have a conversation. Okay, that's all. So if Kelly Rowland invites me to her backstage, I got to go, because my partner should not be insecure enough to stop me from an opportunity of speaking one-to-one with Kelly Rowland. How dare you? How dare you be insecure, ladies? When you know that Kelly Rowland could change my life literally. No, how dare you? No, how dare you? How dare you? You lot are insecure. A lot of you women are insecure. You wouldn't let your partner go and talk one-to-one with Kelly Rowland behind the stage. Some of you are insecure. Some of you don't. I can see it now. Bare insecurities up in here. Just want to control a brother. I gotta warm my bed. No, some of you lot are dangerous, you know. No, some of you lot can actually kill a man. I've seen it now. I've seen it. Some of you can kill a man, because literally, I can go backstage. I'm just gonna talk to Kelly Rowland. You told me I can't go. You say that you're uncomfortable. Okay. No worries. No worries at all. You know what? I can see that there's bare insecurities just roaming around in this place right now. You know what I mean? Okay. All right. Just roaming around in these places right now. Okay. All right. Just saying. Okay. So it's clear to see now where people's, where she is. You know what I mean? Here's my thing. The reality of the situation is this. Okay. When someone says there's a boundary of what I like and what I don't like, you don't get to tell me and gaslight me and tell me that I'm insecure because I told you I don't like that particular behavior, if it's reasonable. If I'm a man and I see another man grinding on my woman, I don't care if you're Chris Brown, Tyrese, I don't care if you are Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I don't want my partner being grinded upon in the space, first of all, in a public space, and in front of cameras and all that kind of stuff. I don't want it privately done, and I don't want it publicly done. Okay? And that's my boundary. And the moment you tell me my boundaries and insecurity here, you're gaslighting and you're toxic to me. Straight up. Straight up. If you feel that me saying to you that I have a problem with you dancing and someone dance on you and grinding on you, right? And I tell you, I don't feel comfortable. This is my boundary. Okay? This is my boundary. Then you're gaslighting me in that moment and you're toxic to me. And if I tell you that I feel hurt by what you did, and you say you don't think you did anything wrong, fantastic. I need you to go up on your way. I need you to go up on your way. Go up on your way. Go up on your way. Some of you are making too many excuses, and it ain't for me. Okay? Someone said if it's a bachelor party, I don't have bachelor parties where I'm gonna have strippers. If my boys really know me, they would never bring a stripper to me. Never. Never, ever in your lifetime will you. I don't even go strip clubs. So this thing of this idea that we do that, I don't do that stuff. I'm sorry, no. I don't roll with people that do that kind of stuff. It's not for me. In my 31 years of learning, I've never gone to a strip club. Saying that, last year in America, we went to a bar and they had that thing and I was annoyed. There were some girls that were doing this thing and I was annoyed. I didn't like it. I wasn't involved. I said, boys, I can't do this. It's not for me. Let's get the wings and let's get out of here. I can't. It's not for me. Strip clubs are not for me. If I'm in a relationship, and that was when I'm even single. If I'm in a relationship, it's not for me. I don't want no strippers, none of that kind of stuff. Don't bring none of that stuff to me. Okay? Don't bring that stuff to me. I think that is distasteful for me. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I just can't do it. It's not for me. I don't understand. I don't get this whole premise of getting into before you get married, you have strippers coming to you. Why do I want strippers in my face? Why would I want strippers in my face? Why would I want that? At a bachelor party before I get married. You know what I mean? Like, why would I want, especially if I'm a hunter and I have the urge within me and I want to put I told you I don't get it. I really don't get it, but people do it, that's their business, but not for me. Not for me. Can't be. It don't make sense. I'm putting myself in a situation where I'm seeing another woman naked before, like, how am I honoring my wife that way by looking at another woman naked? But we add a context of, well, she's a stripper, so it don't mean nothing. So we're actually reinforcing the idea that some women are just sexual objects. And actually, when you look at them, they're fine. It's just a sexual object. So you're good. You know, you didn't do anything wrong. No. If I'm in a relationship, so if we're having that same mindset, can I say that when I slept with a stripper, if I slept with a stripper whilst I had a girlfriend, it didn't mean nothing because she's just a stripper. Like, I ain't do nothing wrong. You know what I mean? Like, is that okay as well? Like, she's just a stripper. So if I slept with her, it don't mean nothing. But you are okay with me rubbing up my hands and rubbing my face in her titties, you know, touching places I probably shouldn't be touching. You comfortable with that? That's nuts to me. It's absolutely nuts to me. You know what I mean? It's absolutely nuts to me. It's bemusing to me. So yeah, I don't get it. It's not for me. If you get it, that's cool for you. It's just not for me. You know what I mean? I don't think I don't want to be promoting that kind of thing for anybody's relationship. You know what I mean? And Empress Horton said this is a good point. So Chris Brown's not just anyone, and he got her tickets and didn't know that Chris Brown bring people up. He also did did he tell her in advance if she can get called not to go? Now here's my thing. Here's my thing. Chris Brown is not just anyone. Absolutely. And this is why it makes it even problematic, because people are willing to take a chance and say, well, you know what? It wasn't just, it's just Chris Brown, right? And that's how people end up in situations where groupies who have man that they're even dating end up sleeping with someone like Chris Brown and be like taking it to the grave. People do this stuff. It's both men and women who do nonsense stuff. It's not just men, but we have groupies who could be in relationships with people and sleeping with people, and just because it is, you know what I mean? So people will do the most to try and stretch the level of boundaries in their relationship, and then use an excuse. Well, he's a celebrity. What does that have to do with anything? He's still a man. Is he an alien? You know what I mean? Like, is he out of this world? Is he a ghost or something? And even if it was, it didn't really make a difference. Why is it comfortable? And why is it okay when it's a celebrity? Going by this particular logic, well, if Chris Brown kisses her, he's never going to see her again. So what's wrong if he kisses her? Right? Since we're able to break these boundaries, if Chris Brown kisses her, what is the problem behind him kissing her? He will never kiss her again. He will never see her again. What's the big deal? What's the big deal? What is the big deal? Those of you who are defending it, tell me, what is the big deal if he kisses her? He's never going to kiss her again. It's a once in a lifetime chance. Chris Brown could potentially kiss her. What would be the big deal? Let's say Chris Brown or Idris Elba or Anthony Joshua or anybody else. If they decide to kiss you, what's the problem? It's a once in a lifetime chance. You shouldn't miss it. You shouldn't miss it. You know? Shoot, Chris Brown is flirting with your girl in the DMs. Well, you know what? Because, it's Chris Brown. It's Chris Brown. No. I didn't say I'm going to meet up with him. I didn't say I was going to do too much. I didn't say I was going to go and do anything. But he's flirting with me in the DMs. Come on, it's Chris Brown. I'm never going to ever see him. What's wrong with that? They're just talking. All right, they're just flirting. Okay? And this is the truth. And at least I appreciate you for the truth. This is the truth. Right? This is the truth. The truth of the matter is this is the truth. This is the truth. And I like that truth. Right? You've got to take that chance. That's the reality. Right? So you risk your relationship because it's worth the risk. Right? You risked it because it's worth the risk and because you're going to try and pretend as if it's okay because he's a celebrity. That's the real truth. That's it. Not that if you say that we're not married yet, this is the excuse, then you're living in poverty of emotional intelligence, because there's no way we can tell that if you're in a relationship, it's different to a marriage. We're making excuses saying that, oh, if we're in a relationship, it's different to when we're married. I need you to stop that nonsense. Okay? All right? Stop that nonsense. Because a relationship leads to the marriage. And how you behave in a relationship, okay, so if I cheat on you in a relationship, it doesn't count because it was a relationship. When I'm married, that's real cheating. Like, come on. I'm taking it to its natural conclusion. But the reality of the situation is she took a risk and said, I don't give a hoots about my relationship, then gaslighted it by saying, I don't think I did anything wrong. And that's about it. If it's worth your relationship, go and do it. It's not for me. I've played these games. I've done this already when I was 18. Do you know what I'm saying? I've done this when I was 18. Now, like I said, if Chris Brown was going to have a conversation with her and he invited them both backstage or something, that's cool. We understand. But if Kelly Rowland invites me backstage to have a conversation, right? And I'm just kind of saying it. I would say, babe, are you comfortable? If not, come with me. I don't mind. I don't need to put myself in any position that's going to get me caught up, that's going to make people see me in a particular way, that's going to have people talking about me. I'm not trying to leave any room for disrespect for you. I don't want that for you. Right? I don't want that for you. I don't want there to be any disrespect for you. Now, everyone's saying, would it be fun if it was Rihanna? Okay, Well, is it okay if it's a part of the? Let me switch it around. Let's switch it around. Let's get Spice involved. Y'all know the Jamaican artist Spice? Okay. Y'all know the Jamaican artist Spice? Okay. Let's say Spice invites me up on stage, want to do a performance. But you see, Spice likes to do things that are spicy. You understand? Not only will she dance, the hands are going to go towards a certain area potentially. You understand? Yeah? Is that going to be okay? It's a performance. If her hand goes towards my crotch, is that going to be okay? You get me? If Spice calls me up on stage, and you know how Spice be doing, if you've seen some of her performances, hand go up on stage, if the hand go near the crotch, it's only a performance, people. It's only a performance. If she goes down my body and goes and touches my thing, it's only a performance. You know what I mean? And I was front row. You paid for the tickets, but you should have known Spice could call me up on stage. So if she does this on stage to me, and she doesn't stop, but she touches the area of my crotch area, I don't want you to be mad. If I now get a hard on, please don't get mad at me because she touched my area. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. It is not my fault. I'm only just trying to perform. And you know how important this performance is to me? You know I've been watching Spice for time. Okay? All right? Yeah, I'll just... Hey, you know? You get me? I don't think too much is too much on the stage, to be honest. I think when you're on stage, anything should go. I think anything should go. On stage, anything should go. Personally. I don't think you should stop anything on stage. I think it should go as far as it needs to go. You know, is it a problem? I think I should be allowed to grab someone's ass on stage as well. I'm just saying. I think I should be allowed to do that, personally. Because I think it's a part of the performance. I just wanted to show you the performance. I just wanted to show you again, if this is comfortable, if this is allowed. I just want to see this again, for you as well. Look at the hand placement. I just want to zoom in a little bit. Can I zoom in more? Look at the hand placement. Is that okay? I just think to myself, I think I should grab a woman the same way. I just you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm just wondering, is that okay? Yeah. Is this hand placement okay? Is this hand placement okay? Oh my days. Where's Anyala when I need her? Where is Anyala when we need her? Anyala.
Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
Is this okay? Is this your queen that you want to defend? Is this your queen you want to defend? Wow. Hands on the back of their head, grinding into her crotch. Woo! Yo, hey, this is catching me. I'm laughing too much. This is so silly. You lose a whole girlfriend because of this, you know. It's mad. A whole relationship down the drain because of this nonsense. Look at this. Look at the hand placement. Wait, let me see if I can find the actual clip. If there's an actual clip of this, I'll try and find it on my TikTok, guys. What's up? Wait, hold on. Dash the lits. Let's see if there's a whole performance on there. Almost.
So,
wait, hold on. Oh my days! Wait, I need to hold on. This performance is wild, bro. Hold on. No, guys, hold on. Let me see the whole vid. Oh my days, cuz. Oh my god, guys. 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 This wild. Hold on. This wild. Nah, yeah, he had to dump her. There was no choice. There's literally no choice. Hold on. I can't even play the music because the music will kill it, and I'll get copyright. But let me just show you this, guys. It gets worse. The pressure is getting worse. So guys, look. I'm gonna play without the music, guys. Watch this. This is what you're gonna let your girlfriend. Hey, what up, boy? What, guy? Why did you come in? We just want to see the video, guy. We don't need to see your face, bro. Let's just one more time, just to show you that what happened there, brother. Hand behind the head. Oh my days, bro. Yeah, it's not it. 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 Yeah. No. Hand behind the head too, blood. Hand behind the head too. Listen, let me be very real with you. Okay, let me be very, very real with you. Okay. I've gone carnivals. I've gone to bashment parties. Yeah. You know the type of dance that is the most deadliest. It's not when you whine a girl from behind. That's not the deadly dance. No. That's not the deadly dance. The deadliest dance is not when you whine the girl from behind. The deadliest dance is when your foreheads touch and y'all put each other's hands on the back of his head or the back. Those are the dangerous types of dances. Those ones where your body rolls and the hips hit. Bah, bah. Because that's the intimacy. It's not about it being mad. It's about the intimacy. It's about the intimacy and the connection and the sensuality that you get in that wine. Let me tell you something. If you wine a girl from the front, I'm telling you now, you can get her number in that rave. You can get that girl's number in a rave. If you wine it from the back, it's like, oh, okay, yeah. But if you get foreheads touching, hands on back, whining your front and waist to each other, grab that girl's number right now. Grab that girl's number right now. Because for her to be in your face, and to see you and to even have a sweat upon your forehead and not feel no type of way of putting her head this way and whining, putting, you know, when you put the hand like this, let me just show you. When you put the hand behind the head like this and you whine like this, bruh, I'm telling you, grab the number because that person's on something. Just saying. Okay? You know. Okay? You know what I'm talking about. Yeah? That what Chris Brown did there, that's a forehead thing. That's why you saw how her hands even went like this. Her hands weren't even like this. Look how her hands went behind his head instantaneously. You know what position that is. Come on now. You know what position that is. That's not a normal position. You know what that is. Okay? You know what position. You know your forehead touch, forehead. Hand behind the back. Oh. You know what that is? That ain't no. You see, that's not a normal thing. When you're whining from the back, it's less intimate. Okay? When you're from the back, you just. But when you're at the front, I'm sorry. That's a different type of wine right there, guys. And you ladies, you know when the forehead touches, forehead, your forehead comes and connects. Are you all right? Are you okay? You know exactly what I'm talking about. That kind of wine is different. Your head is like this, but your lips are even, your nose is even touching at one point. Are you okay? Your nose is even touching at one point. You're about to kiss. You know there's a wine. Hold the head like this. The lips are about to kiss. I'm sorry. Okay? That's what I'm trying to tell you. You're going to get yourself in trouble for this. Okay? So don't follow these people. Don't follow them. I remember, listen, this is my last point anyway, because I got to get off, but I remember back in the day, and I used to go out with my girl to a club, and we used to get into so much trouble because we told each other at the beginning of the night, yeah, anybody can dance with anybody. And then you see each other dancing, and then it's like, no, it's getting too wild. Come here. Or we were toxic, so I know there was a lot of things. But when we're younger, you know, when we're younger, we tried to do it, but it's hard. Seeing your girl getting bent over. No. Okay? No. So instead, what we did, we just said, whenever we're not in the same place, we can do it. Whenever you're not in the same place, you can whine a girl. Don't worry, you go ahead and do it. Because she was Jamaican, innit? So I didn't really mind, innit? So if I'm not there, I'm out of sight, I'm out of mind. I don't really hear it. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a hoots. But when, you know, when I'm there, please, let's not do that. You know what I mean? Let's keep it respectful. You know what I mean? Yeah. But when I wasn't there, I am outside of my mind. I can't see it. Yeah. Until you start getting reports from people, right? That's when it starts getting a bit tricky. When you start getting reports, you start seeing things differently. When your boy comes and tells you, or her girl goes and says, oh, but I saw the way he was moving to that girl. I saw the way you're dancing with the way he was dancing with that girl, hands all over her. It daily becomes mad because you weren't there. And now you have to trust what your girl said. Now you get into an argument with people about things that, you know what, the person wasn't even there for. So we went from one extreme to the other. Yeah, we were same place. We saw each other, didn't like it. All right, cool. Then it went to another extreme where now we're not in the same place, but we're getting reports. And the reports are making it worse than you actually seen it. Because now you can't even, you know what I mean? You're imagining, how did you go up to him? How did you go up to her? How did you know? You know what I mean? The reports are mad. I'm telling you, the reports are mad. I'm telling you, the reports are mad. You know what I mean? The reports are mad. How much is too much? Can he put his hand, you know, where his hand placement is? Is his hand too much into the thigh? Is his hand too much in the chest? Is it too much in the waist? How is he holding you? How's he, you know what I mean? I remember one dance, yeah. I remember one dance, yeah. I was trying to get my girl back in it. So she had danced with some guy, and I said, is that what we're doing? All right. And I remember one girl with the longest back. I mean, the back was just sweets, very, very sweets. But the Lord had built a beautiful woman. Okay. And this girl's body was just amazing, beautiful black woman, right? And obviously, you know me, I'm a dancer. So when you see me, you know, blah, blah, blah. So she saw me and we looked at each other. And so you kind of, you know, sort it over. So I sorted over, right? You know, do a little quick body roll, and you step to the side, she gets in front of you, yeah? Then obviously, instinctively, my hand went to her back and I went, shoot, pushed her over, and I just do. But what was happening, because the thing was so smooth, and listen, that day, I ain't gonna lie to you, I killed it. Because it was so smooth that day, okay? It was so smooth that day. Oh my days. It was so smooth that I'm in shorts, so I can't even really show you what I did. But the move was so sweet. So basically, obviously, let me give you what happened. Let me show you. I need to describe it so you understand what's really happening here. Okay, just need so you fully get it. Okay, all right. If you want to fully get it, right? It was a bashment song. It's one of my favorite songs. Who is it? It's Vybz Kartel, and it was baby come. That's not in Vybz actually. It's not. Baby, come into my room. Take me higher than the moon. Yeah, that song. So that song, right? So this is a song. Yeah, I think it's a Vybz. Baby, come into my room. Take me higher than the moon. Anyway, so that song came on, right? That's one of my favorite songs. So that song came on, and when you catch someone's eye, it's mad. So I caught her eye. She caught my eye. She gave me a look, and I gave it a look, and so I just sorted over. I said, baby, come into my room. And we stopped in front of each other, and I just did a one roll, and then she instinctively knew what to do. It's not Vybz, in it. It's someone else. Sorry, my bad. I misquoted the person. And then she moved she moved this way, and I moved. So she's moving this way, and I'm moving that way. So just imagine like how we're moving. It's Movado. Thank you. Sorry, I got the wrong person. So and there's another song by Movado as well, and I can't remember the song. But anyway, so like obviously she's like here and I'm here, and so we're first coming like this, face to face. We spin, and then we move this way. So like as I'm doing, I move this way. Shoo, get behind. We're whining. Doom, 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 baby, come into my room. So push the back down, baby, high, higher than the moon, blood. But at this point now, as that came on, people are watching what we're doing because it was smooth, blood. Oh, I know I was a bit of a dancer in the day, so I that's why it is. So it was so smooth that people started watching. You get me? And you know what happens? Sometimes people start gassing things up more than it actually is. And when you get, I got lost in the moment. So I'm winding it, but I can hear people gassing it up. So I'm putting on more of a performance. I ain't gonna lie to you. Okay, I'm hearing them gassing it up, like, oh my God, like, brother, get the thing. So I'm like, and it's going, when they drop the back a little bit lower, you gotta go a little bit lower. So I'm doing good leg work now. You know what I mean? I'm lower, baby, higher than the moon. And so people are like, oh, blah, blah, blah. People even pulling your shirt. Do you know what I mean? Okay. All that stuff was happening, blood. You know what I'm saying? It was mad. Okay. I'm mad. Okay. And so like that wine was going on, right? My girl's in the same place, bro. Okay. So now she didn't even see the wine at first, but because people are making noise, people are making noise, she now sees me dancing with this girl. Let me tell you something. That argument that night, I definitely gaslit the situation because she was like, we're not supposed to dance with other people. You're not supposed to dance with other people. That's the rule that you said. And I said, you know what? You're right. My bad. But you know what it is? She just wanted to dance. I ain't gonna lie to you. She was a baddie. Ooh. She was a baddie. I can't lie to you. She was a baddie. Oh, she was a baddie. Okay. All right. She was a baddie. Okay. So, she's like, but when I'm supposed to do that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, I know. But you know what it is? Like, she just wanted to dance. You know what I mean? I think I even told a lie. I'm sure I told a lie. I told her a lie and said, look, I know her from before. I don't know her from nowhere. I don't know her from Adam, bro. Okay. I've never seen that girl my entire life and I've not seen her since. Okay. All right. So for me, she's a baddie. Okay. All right. The body, the face, just looking good. Okay. All right. These times when, and see, this day and age, y'all don't be dancing the same way. Okay. But in the times that we were going out, everybody dances. Swept on the head, let makeup run, make the hair run, whatever, the weave thing run. We don't care. We gonna dance. You understand? So anyway, I've definitely gaslit the situation by telling her a lie. But yeah. So that situation happened, innit? You get me? Now, did she break up with me? No, she did not, because we were all criminals in those days, and everybody was doing bad things they shouldn't have been doing. Okay, when she was out, she was dancing with people. When I was out, I was dancing with people. Nobody, thingy. Because at first, remember, I was new to the Jamaican culture. I didn't know that these people are so comfortable. It doesn't mean anything. So, at first, it was a problem for me. And she told me, hey, it's part of my culture. We just do this and it means nothing. But I can understand that coming from an African perspective, doing that means something. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that we don't have parties like that, but I'm saying you know where that gonna aim. Okay? You know where that gonna aim. You know what I'm saying? So I had never really encountered that. So but obviously when I was coming into her culture and coming around, her family and coming around the parties and stuff like that, it means nothing. So eventually I had to get to a point where I was like, well, I gotta let it go. I gotta let it go. I was young, I had to let it go. You know what I mean? So I was like, look, let me let that go. Let that go and just get on with it. Do you know what I mean? You feel me? But it still never sat well with me seeing it. You know what I mean? That's why we had a lot of arguments at the time. It was annoying because it was a problem. So yeah, man. Those are the days, man. Those are the days, man. So yeah, it does happen, but I learned from that. I said, listen, you have to ask consenting of your partner. Are you okay with this? Because if not, we're going to have issues. Do you see what I'm saying? So yeah, it was interesting. That's what I can say. You get me? Yeah, it's, and this is my last kind of point. I said my last point, but the last point. I find it so intriguing, and this is probably a separate thing from everything else as well. I grew up around, so when I was going out, probably would have been like 2010. when I started going, 2008, 2009, 2010, when I started going out, because I'd have been 18, just officially you can get into clubs at 18. And the way that we enjoy ourselves in that space, I don't know if people enjoy themselves the same way now. I don't know. Like everything becomes a camera moment. You know what I mean? Like everything becomes a camera moment. Do you know what I mean? Like for me, it's like in this generation, everything's on camera. You know? So I don't know. So for me, yeah, it's so different to how we were back in the day where everybody was just out, they enjoyed themselves. Sometimes a wine was just a wine, and you might talk to the girl after and you'd be like, hey, you know, can I get your number? She might be like, listen, no, I'm okay. You know what I mean? You know, girls would have fun, they'll back it up on you. You used to make a joke and it generally was the truth, how women would determine whether they're gonna give you a wine or not. Sometimes women would look at your shoes and be like, no, you're not getting a wine from me, babe, because your shoe looking a bit dusty. You understand? So you had to come, you know, those were the days when we'd go to you know, bashment raves and stuff like them times there, but it was different, bro. Different. Girl will look at your look back. The girl will be whining, and she look back, look at your shoes. Oh, or she might look back, look at your face. Oh, you know what I mean? Like it is what it was, man. Do you know what I mean? And you know what I'm saying? Like you had to handle those rejections. It was a part of life. But you know, this generation now, everything's on video camera. It's scary, bruv. Like y'all be doing too much. You know what I mean? Y'all be doing too much. Okay. All right. Y'all just have fun, sweat it out. End of the rave. People's wigs are all falling off, sweat on face. My God, dress just hanging, like you know. I don't know, man. It's a bit different, it feels like, you know. You see what I mean? I'm just saying, you know, this reminded me of those days in the past, man. You know what I mean? I even can, let me show, if I got a picture, I can show you guys a picture of what I used to. This is me at 18, bro. Like I will. Let me show you one of these. I had quite a few of these actually. I just realized. Oh, computer wants to move mad. Stop moving mad. Listen, look at me. Look at me in the middle. Look at me. Young boy, no beard. Ah, I was a funny cat. Listen, we wore glasses that were broken. You know, we'd wear these are cinema 3D glasses. I'll get away with it, poke out the eyes, have glass. Are you mad? This was a simpler time. These times now, they don't have those things. You know what I mean? These times now, the way that you guys are living your life and enjoying, honestly, I don't know. It's a bit weird for me. Let me show you some back in the day stuff, bro. Let me show you one. Let me show you what started me. I'll show you my Beyonce one. I did a dance. Oh, look at me sweating out. Look at me sweating out. Look at this. Look at me sweating out. I was dancing it to Beyonce. All my single ladies. All my single ladies. I know you can't tell, but I was dancing to all my single ladies, and they caught me on this. Put your hands up, and then again and down. I was killing it, bro. Listen, I'm telling you, I was on the money ball. Look at this one here. This is a uni rave. This is when we go to college for you guys. Uni. Oh, those times. I used to look at that little bow tie with a shirt. You're not ready for that. You're not ready for that connection. Okay? You're not ready for that connection. You weren't ready. Look at this. Look at this one here. Look at this. Look at this. Look at me. 18 and young and fresh. Shirted up, baby. Okay? Shirted up, baby. Okay? Look at that. Look at who is that? Who is that? Who is that? You know what I mean? I used to do so much, like, do you know what I mean? So, yeah, it was good times. Good times. You know what I mean? Good times. You know, times that was simple. It's just simple. God, 2000 era, 2010 eras of clothing, very different. Hey, you know, very different. No, cuz I was finessed. I was a different breed, bro. I was a different breed. Let me show you. I'll show you some things. Me, I was, and for you guys, I keep saying I believe. It's not I believe. It's I believe. You guys know it's not I whatever you call it. It's Ibiza. It's Ibiza. Look at that again. Oh mate, I was a king those times. Now, I'm getting old, man. Guys, we're old now, guys. You know. Have you ever deeped it? I know I should have got off this live a long time ago, but sometimes I like to just talk to you guys. It'd be fun sometimes, but you know, they deeped it. You're old now. You ever deeped it that you're actually old now? Like you're actually old. You're actually old. Like you're actually old. I'm deep in it now. You know what I mean? We're old. We're old now, mate. Do you know what I mean? We're old. Look at me. Look at this. Look. I found some more on the treasure hunt. Look at this. Suited up. Just don't play with me. I had tie on suit. I even had trainers that had a black lace with the red laces. I was a legend. They knew about me. They knew about me. I was color coordinated. Every time I go out, I was color coordinated. Okay? Color coordinated. Look at this. I was chesting up. Young boy like me. Chested up. Look at this. I was a G. Look at this one here. Look. I was armed up. Listen, I was a tool. I was a unit back in the 18 as well. I think I'm probably bigger than I am now, but I was a unit. At 18, I was a unit. But you know what I mean? Anyway. Yeah. Anyway, listen, I gotta get off. Anyway, listen. Listen, we appreciate you, man. You know, someone said I'm 30. Relax. It just feels like time has gone so quick. We need to have a live on this. The time that's gone, where's it gone? No, brother, we have to ask a real question. The time has gone. Where's it gone? I'm sleeping in the day, guys. Oh, even when I get up, sometimes I have to get up and put my hand on my knee. When I get up, I put my hands on my knee, kids. When I get up, I put my hands on my knee, kids. That's how old I feel right now, blood. Yeah? Man have to put hand on knee cause to get up. Do you know how old I am now, blood? I can't just do whatever I want to do. I can't just do whatever I want to do. Do you know what I mean? I can't do it anymore. The body don't respond. Man's 31, blood. I don't understand. At one point, I didn't remember when I was going to be 18. When I got to 18, oh, man. Bruv, life boys, metabolism gone. And I also don't play football as well. You know, I don't play football anymore because of my knee injury. So I'm now dancing more to kind of get me, you know what I mean? You know, so listen, it's getting us, bro. We're but you know what it is though? We are a generation, especially those of you who are born in the 90s. Shout out to you guys. If you're born in the 90s, put a little 90s, tell me your 90s particular number in the chat for me. I'm 91, as you know, because my name of the thing. But honestly, if you're 90s, baby, I'll stretch it to 85. I'll stretch it to 85. But you know what I mean? But it's different. Because we were like the first generation, especially the 90s people, we're the first generation to really encounter technology in the way that it's expanded now. So like before now you can't let kids out the house and stuff. But when we would go, you know what, you remember calling the house phone? Y'all don't remember. Listen, don't worry, I'll cut this live out part, but don't worry. Remember we used to call the house phone? If you were calling a girl, you have to call her house phone. And her dad could pick up. Oh! Hello, who's this? And you're shaking in your boots. Yeah, it's Kojo. I'm a friend of your daughter Mary. Friend? Friend? Oh, listen, bruv. Dial-up internet. Hey. What? Dial-up internet. You're right. The thing will go. Connected to the internet. Blood. The more I deep it, the more mad it is. Wow. The internet is a dial up. I can't believe this. I'm just deep in it, you know. I actually forgot about that. How can it dial up like that? Wow. That's actually mad. Yes, AOL. Who remembers Napster? That's a bit later on. So AOL, MSN. I was a messenger baby as well. So if you're on MSN is the real deal. It came before BlackBerry. It gave life to BlackBerry, you know, and everything as well. But MSN, instant messenger, gurudum. Oh, that stuff right there. Okay. Blood. Oh my days. El Cid knows the thing. When your internet cuts off the house. Wow. My house phone cuts off the internet. Are you all right? Ooh. Listen. Answering machines. And you know your mum as well. You know, this is when my mum will give us she'll give the very, what I call the white voice. Hi there, this is Vivian. I'm not here at the moment. Or she might say, this is the Ampadu family. We're not here at the moment. But do please leave a message after the tone and leave your number as well. We'll get back to you as soon as possible. I'm looking at my mum like, blood, that's not how you speak, mum. But you know what? Hey, you have to do what you got to do. Those are the days, man. You have to put your little white voice on just in case of job calls or whatever. You know? You see what I'm saying? Bro. Hey, who remembers? Because you can put people on, that's later on. You can put people on hold as well. And you could do that as well. But listen, AOL sidekicks, wire house phone, absolutely. The wire will be hanging. You pull it and you pull the thing off the desk. And oh man, do you know what I mean? You forget. Before cordless came. You know what I mean? Before cordless came. You know what I mean? Your phone will be connected by the cord. You pull it and then the thing, it pulls off. Oh. You know what I mean? You're like, and when polyphonic ringtones, that's what you used to call it. Polyphonic ringtones and then monotones. Oh, ringtone. Oh, Nokia 3310. Are you all right? And I don't know if this was the same for you guys in America, but for us in UK, Nokia 3310. Are you okay? That phone was indestructible. They don't make phones like that today. That phone, Nokia 3310, was indestructible. And then I had a 5210. The 5210 had the first rubber casing. Are you all right? No, sorry, I lied. The 5210 came after. Its predecessor, I think, was a 33. Was it a 3310? I'm trying to remember. Nokia was elite, you know. The kids don't know, man. The kids don't know. But okay, so Nokia 33. No, it wasn't a 3310. It's another one. I'm trying to think what one it was. It was a 50. It might have been 5200 Nokia. There's one that had the first casing. I can't remember what it was. I need to remember what it is. 5210. The 5210. What an elite phone. Are you okay? A 5210 Nokia. Elite phone. Had a rubber casing. You could drop it, it bounced back up again. You drop it, you know, you used to play catch with the phone because it just doesn't break. It's indestructible. And then you can press the middle of it, take off the top, take off the bottom, and people will switch their covers and they would give their friend, let's say they had a blue one, they give them a white one. So they have a white and blue. Oh my days. Life was simpler. Life was simpler then. Huh? Life was simpler. Are you okay? Oh. Bella K knows. You already know. You already know. We have to have a whole conversation about LimeWire. We have to have a whole conversation about LimeWire. We have to. That LimeWire was a godsend. Hey, the music, that you could collect. Oh my days, the remixes. If LimeWire was today, the equivalent is TikTok. I can say that way. The equivalent is TikTok, because you can see how many downloads it had. You can see how many songs it, and sometimes you get some things you don't want. Let's be honest. I mean, there was a lot of pee rolling around. I can't lie to you. So there's a lot of corn running around, but there was elite mixes. Do you know how many songs? Do you know how many songs had how many songs had unregistered remixes? DJ. Oh, I'm telling you, people got creative. Songs that should never have a remix had a remix with 4 different artists on it. Oh, LimeWire, you were brilliant. You were freaking brilliant. We'll have a whole conversation about that. My Butler, Arx Jeeves, absolutely as well. Absolutely. The Brick Phone 3310, you know the deal. You know the deal. Okay. Come on, Pager, absolutely. You know the thing where LimeWire before Spotify, you know the thing. You know the thing. Yeah. Listen, Dahlia, the amount of, and because my dad was an IT person, yeah, I had to lie sometimes. I was watching Pete Corn at the time. I can't lie to you. I was doing some bad things. But, you know, I'd be like, oh, Dad, the LimeWire, whatever, because I was downloading movies with LimeWire. In fact, I still have those. Let me not say anything. I have some movies that I've acquired in a particular way. I still have some movies, even on my laptop, that I acquired in a particular way. Okay? Movies of films. What I mean by films, as in like blockbuster movies. Woo! Those days, baby. Oh, those days, baby. Do you know what I hated about MapQuest? My laptop is moving very wild, blood. Hold on. What I didn't like about MapQuest was that it was never really always accurate, which was annoying. It was always a bit lousy. Yes, MySpace netting. Absolutely. MySpace caused so many problems for friendships. People are asking, you got a top 8, but why is it that I'm 3rd in the list? I thought I was your best friend. Oh, MySpace. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know. My laptop was moving very mad. Oh, see, we're a generation, guys. We are a generation. Okay, we're a generation. Listen, you know this as well. Okay. Listen, at UDB, the Nokia 3310 and the 5210 battery life cannot be comprehended. And remember, that's when we first start getting infrared and Bluetooth, so we can start sending things to each other. Oh, let me send it to you on Bluetooth, blood. Oh. It's so sad how life has changed for us. It's so sad. I think these kids ain't getting the best, man. These kids are not getting the best. I'll tell you that now. I'm sorry, but they ain't getting it like we have it. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't know about the other generations, but we got the best because we're getting the first of creation of things, and the blessing of that is that, you know, the creativity is so untapped. The creativity is awesome, you know. So yeah, I definitely you know, it's wild for me. So all right, cool. Hey, Laffer Bodge, you listen. I don't know about the Americans, but for us, the Chinaman that come to your door, yo, pirate DVD for a $5, 2 for $5. Oh, an absolute lifesaver, because going cinema is expensive. But when you get 2 for $5, I'll be like, Dad, can we get one of these for 2 for $5? And sometimes the quality will be absolutely awesome. And some days, someone's big ass head is walking past the screen while you're watching it. You know, you got a hit and a miss. You got a hit and a miss of that. You know. So yeah, it's the struggles. You know, the struggles. Cassette tapes and VHSs. Woo. Yeah. Ah, Blockbuster. Poor Blockbuster, man. You'd borrow a game from there for a night, for Friday nights with your boys. Buy films. Oh, man. All black films. Better case said, yeah. Well, that's how we get the American films. Chinaman will bring those films, boy. Own bootleggers. Hey. Woo. Bro, Life of Boy, sometimes it was fugazi for real. When you get the quality and even the audio, you can hear that this guy recorded it in the cinema, bro. This guy definitely recorded in the cinema. The one I remember having that was amazing quality was like White Chicks. I had White Chicks on bootleg. That film slapped. It was so smooth. Jig Figure says Black Planet. I don't know what Black Planet is. I've never heard of it. What is Black Planet? Someone tell me. I don't know what it is. Oh, it was a social platform. Oh. I never knew. I don't think I didn't get introduced to that in the UK, I think. So I don't know if we had that. Okay. Yeah, Atari. Yeah, game console. For real. Yeah. Atari, yeah. Jay Vicker said, you get one, it doesn't play at all. It's so true. Yo. Oh my days. Yo. Okay. We definitely going to talk more about this. If you're on a Patreon, then come and join us as well, because we're going to have our Patreon day, I believe, on the 22nd of April. So we're going to get on this as well and talk about this. Nintendo, Sega Genesis. Love that. Whew. What a time, boy. Hey, Dahlia, you know, blowing the cartridge. Yeah. Good times. Good times. All right, guys, I gotta go because we've got to do some other lives later on. So, and I need to eat. But I appreciate you guys for joining me. We'll be on Ready to Love later on as well. I haven't watched Put a Ring It, so I need to watch it now. And then I'm gonna have a live on Put a Ring It. So I'll put up a poster for when we're gonna do Put a Ring on It and Ready to Love as well. So we appreciate you guys. Stay locked and loaded. It's been great to have you guys all on board and having conversation. We're gonna have a separate live where we can go down Nostalgia Street, because clearly y'all want to go down there, and I like it. Okay, all right. So we appreciate you. So once I redeem myself with the Chris Brown stuff, Love Is Blind is also on. I need to find time to do Love Is Blind, because honestly, I'm gonna have to probably do it next week. So I'm gonna try and do it. I'm probably gonna do one episode a day. So if you've watched ahead, slow the fret down, because we're gonna do one episode a day. I can't do 2, 3 and do a live after. It's just annoying. You know what I mean? So we gonna get that on. All right. So I appreciate you guys. We'll see you again tomorrow. We'll see you tonight. All right. I appreciate you guys. Let me leave you with something, because we always gotta leave you with something. You know what I mean? Always gotta leave here with something. Okay. All the time gotta leave you with something. Okay.
I'm leaving here with something. You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with.
Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
All right.